To our one.
No, let's not. Hello, welcome to Anime Amigos.
Hello, friends.
The podcast where I slowly die a little every month.
Yeah, if you look on his back, you'll see all the scars we've caused him.
Technically, we all kind of die like every second. I mean, if we're going by that logic. So you're not alone in that, Cal. I just want to say you're struggling.
That's a very cheerful way to start this.
My name is Calvin. I'm the Pokemon punk, and my quirk is I'm able to live through hanging around these three.
I'm Reese, the Gundam Guru. My quirk is pissing off Calvin with foot fetish.
I'm Ren, the JoJo genius, and my quirk is also causing Cal a great deal of stress.
My name is Elliot Chapman, and my quirk.
You fool!
My name is Elliot Chapman, and my quirk is I constantly screw up. And once again, welcome to the Anime Amigos podcast, the best anime review show on the internet. If you forget that all the other ones exist.
Yes.
Okay.
We're here to supplement. We're here to act
to drink your beer and steal your rum at the point of a gun,
but also to act as a counterpoint to all of those excellent podcasters who exist out there who talk about anime. We're the shit ones.
You want shit? You got it.
Yes.
we are not. Well,
You want shit?
I have to apologise if I keep blinking a lot. I don't know what's up with my eyes today.
he's having withdrawal. We recorded this a day. Code Vein came out, and he was insisting we get through this and go home.
Yes, Code Vein is finally out.
I'm
I'm so happy. I've been looking forward to this all year.
Let's talk. So this was summer. The last 2 years, we got the wrong choice for best of summer.
Yes.
Yeah.
It should have been.
Wait, really? Do you think Overlord 3 was the wrong choice last year?
Maybe. Here's the thing.
I wouldn't say I thought Overlord 3 was a terrible choice.
Not a terrible choice, no. But I'm
However,
saying.
the first time we did it, we definitely.
Yeah.
And and a load of people, as people have pointed out to me on Twitter, we probably should have picked Review Starlight. We should have watched that in the summer.
Yeah, which none of us actually watched. You know.
Yes, I apologise profusely. But we will get I think considering the way summer's gone this year, we'll definitely get it right.
Yeah, because this has been the best summer since we started Anime Amigos, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I was going to say, what's your opinion on the season?
Well, yeah,
amazing.
The best summer we've had since starting Anime Amigos, because it's actually been pretty damn good.
Yeah. So I just kind of want to preface, I have done basically very little watching. I've seen probably 4 episodes of about 5 shows. So my opinion is not going to be incredibly valid, but from what I have seen,
it's going to be mostly us three this time.
Things have been very high quality.
Can I just say with the shows this season, I have a slightly different opinion on the season. My opinion is it was great for the quality. When you really step back and look at the season as a whole, it didn't really work. It's actually quite a weak season.
Really?
Like if you really take it, all the shows that were going for the best stuff were great, but everything that was was just everything from okay to middling. I mean,
really, because that's sort of my opinion on last season.
It's actually quite interesting because I felt like when I came around to doing Best Original, I didn't have 5, and I was thinking of which one's going to get the 5th one, and I felt like no, I can't say that's one of the best shows of the season. I don't want to give it points for that. But the shows that were great were fantastic.
But saying that, you did overlook Given.
I
think you would have had an easy time.
Yeah, I feel like if you had been happy to put Given in there.
I will freely admit, Given probably would. If everyone's talked about, what everyone said about Given, which is a show that I kept putting off. For whatever reason, I just kept putting it off, and then eventually it became too much. I'm gonna catch up with it in the fall season.
Yeah, I put it off, but I caught up on it in the last 2 days.
And the minute I have everything I've said I'm gonna catch up on, I have caught up on. I've started on Senryu Girl. I've caught up to date on with the exception of the last episode, I caught up to date on Gundam: The Origin.
I think the only explanation as to why Cal didn't watch Given is because he hates the gays.
I do not.
Cal's a homophobic foot fetishist.
And he's not even denied it.
Confirmed.
I am not a homophobic foot fetishist, for fuck's sake.
To be fair, he was.
Yeah, you're not homophobic.
Cal and I went in the.
We represent the Anime Amigos at Chester Pride this year.
We went to Chester LGBT Pride, representing.
You are the worst. You are the worst person to hang a banner with
because
in the world.
You don't know how to hold a banner.
You were meant to compensate for a dyspraxic man, and you didn't.
I tried. I tried to get you to compensate.
It's just like go over there. I am over there. It's just so
it was taxing.
Unfortunately, we didn't manage to get the chant from The Simpsons in the Parade.
We're here.
Here, we're queer. We don't want any more bears.
Yeah, people were chanting an awful lot of different things, but that wasn't one of them, and I was a little bit.
And we also sang "Fuck with an Anchor" to the homophobic protesters.
Yeah, the
really?
fire and brimstone Christians who had their placards, basically protesting against LGBT. And it was like, for God's sake, why are you here?
Why?
It's a rainy day. You could be indoors doing something nice.
Yeah.
Go away.
Yeah, praying to your non-existent gods.
Yeah, there you go.
Just
Yeah,
go.
the amount of like anti-religious stuff he's
And
on
we're
Facebook.
and we're off the air in Alabama. Good night, everyone.
Yeah, the whole Bible band.
Yeah.
But that's the name of that's a great name for a band actually. An ironic name for a metal band, Bible band.
Yeah, imagine that. It's just a black metal band and they start singing Satan!
It'd be great. We're getting off topic, but
No. This is all related.
But,
Because now from the segue into Satanism, we can talk about paganism, which is involved in Vikings, and there's a Viking anime. That was a segue.
Who saw that? Yeah, there was a lot of shows that kind of who saw that coming. That was basically what my feeling on the summer season. It was a lot of shows of who saw that coming. I've already mentioned I didn't watch Given. Did anyone else not? Is there any other high-profile shows that people didn't watch? I know you didn't.
Most of them.
You didn't. I think the big one that you didn't watch anything of was Astra.
Yes. I watched. Actually, I did watch about 2 episodes of Gundam: The Origin, but I didn't. I was saying to you about it, Reese.
Yeah.
I kind of didn't get a lot of the context behind it, so it didn't make much sense to me.
Can I just say?
I feel like if I did carry on with it, it would have probably.
Yes. You don't need after. I think the first 2 episodes are the hardest one if you have no context.
That was where I got it.
I will say, as soon as you get past that,
Yeah.
then it's its own thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
One high-profile show that that I didn't watch was I don't think any of us watched. One sec, if I can get the name up. Is one sec. Kawakai Jozu no Takakagi-san 2.
I watched the first episode of it.
I didn't. I
didn't watch
really mean to.
I'll tell you right now, it's nothing different from the first season. It's the exact same goddamn thing.
Did they ever see Copcraft actually?
I did.
No,
I watched the first few episodes of that. It's not great, although it's still better than Bright, which is a show it's been compared to a lot.
Oh, is that what it is? Like fairy tale?
It's fairy tales mixed in with.
There's another type of show like that starring Orlando Bloom coming out on Netflix, which is like Victorian era.
No, I think it's on Amazon actually.
Yeah, that's on Amazon Prime.
Oh, that's right. Sorry, yeah, because.
But
Netflix
that's
had
becoming a bit of a weird subgenre.
Yeah, like fairy tales in modern day, or like.
But in Bright's case, it was Lord of the Rings world in modern day.
Yeah,
it was.
It's because it's more
orcs
about
in
orcs with magic.
Right, okay,
Yeah, I feel like if done right, it could be very interesting. Like imagine like a bunch of fairy tales sort of living together in modern day.
Well, the difference is in Bright you've got a show.
Like imagine seeing a drunk Snow White.
Well, the thing is in Bright's world they don't. It's because there's so much history. There's not much explained. That's in Lindsay Ellis's video, quite eloquently put it. Whereas in Copcraft, because the alternate history has diverged more recently, it means they don't have to worry too much about.
I suppose for the first foray into this type of story, like fictional blended with real world, Sword Art Online kind of was the first popular isekai. It's not the best one, but like later series kind of perfected it almost.
Reese, was there any high profile shows you weren't watching?
That Seven Maidens one.
Seven Maidens.
It was one with all the girls about exploring puberty and sex.
I didn't watch that one. I didn't see that.
I watched the first episode.
Yeah, I watched a few and I just wasn't a fan of it.
I'll tell you what,
I just didn't watch it.
Remember how we thought that
it.
ending was rather abrupt? Turns out they did censor the ending for the High Dive broadcast of it.
Really?
Yeah, she does actually genuinely walk in on him wanking.
Oh goodness! Just as well.
Although
fuck you, High Dive. I wanted to see that.
there are a couple now.
Fair play.
Hey, guess what? Evangelion did it first.
Wait, well, when did that
No, I'll explain later.
Okay.
In great detail.
Okay.
Believe me, I don't want to relive
diagrams,
that.
explanation.
Let's talk.
Another one, The Ones Within.
I watched the first few episodes. You loved the second episode of that one. There was the one where they had to raise that panda girl.
Oh yeah, the streaming.
It's the Twitch
isekai.
streamers isekai.
Yeah.
It doesn't get any points off me, so it's not really a factor.
Yeah, I
second
didn't see
second
it,
episode was hysterical.
Okay, so let's get straight to it. Although we don't need the scoreboard for the first one.
That's Holdovers.
It's best holdovers. Well, we don't even need to bother with Reese and Ren because it's Gundam the Origin and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Yes.
The last seasons they can pick it.
Oh, it's so good.
But we'll talk in great detail about the conclusions of both of those shows. So, Elliot, what were your lot?
Number 3 for me was Cardfight Vanguard. Number 2 was Fruits Basket. Number 1, of course, was Demon Slayer. It's been so fucking good!
Number 4 for me was JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Number 4.
But it's only because it was it was still great. Like you asked me to choose between 4 great shows.
Yeah.
Gundam the Origin 3, then 2 Demon Slayer, and number 1 was Fruits Basket for me. So all of these shows concluded. No, Demon Slayer
It's concluding this week.
Tomorrow, isn't it?
Yeah, we recorded this the day before.
It's so sad. It's so
more,
good.
Isn't it? It's getting more, right?
Not necessarily. Because of Ufotable's financial situation, their future's really in question at the minute.
I think they'll be fine.
Because I don't think the show will be as good as it is if it weren't for Ufotable.
I will say, if you're gonna get Demon Slayer, if you want to get, I'd say now's the time to get the manga because I don't think there's any guarantee that we're gonna get a second season. Although I could be wrong, and this will be incredibly dated because the day after we put this out, they'll be announcing season 2.
I really hope they do.
They could always just hand over the license to a different animation company.
Oh yeah, because that worked out
so
so well.
well. One Punch Man.
Exactly, that's the joke I was going to make.
Yeah.
You beat me to it.
Yeah.
Fruits Basket did conclude the week before we did this, literally a week before we recorded this. I really, as much as I thought the first season of Fruits Basket, the first season of Fruit Basket was great. Second half was was almost even better. Actually, that's something we didn't talk about this season. This season had great LGBT representation across the board.
Yeah.
Loads of shows had great LGBT theme. Some Astra had an LGBT character. I'm not going to go into detail for avoiding spoilers.
Given was pretty much straight up a LGBT romance anime.
Yeah.
And the thing that brought me to that is Fruit Basket had a LGBT character, and not the one you're thinking of, Ren.
Really?
Yeah, no, they introduced another one who's more straight up.
Oh, right, crazy.
Well, straight.
Bar choice of words.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of interesting the romance they're implying with that character. I mean, maybe it went somewhere in the manga, and we're going to get there in the second season. I don't know. What do you? Did any of you guys have any of you guys caught up with Fruit? I know you haven't, Ellie, and I know you haven't, Ren. Did you catch?
I'm a few episodes behind.
I will say episode 24 is amazing. Like, genuinely, if you ever want proof that this is better than the 2001 version, the way they handled that plot line in this time round is actually way better. And considering I thought that was one of the best parts of the 2001 show, that should be telling you a lot. Demon Slayer, how do we feel about it?
Oh, so good.
Yeah.
It's been so amazing.
Last episode I watched was he killed the Spider-Man.
Oh, episode 19.
Oh, was it that far I watched? I thought I was well.
Yeah, oh my god, episode 19. I was, like, I'll be honest, never before has animation legitimately made me tear up. That was one of the only times.
Apart from One Punch Man Season 2. So.
Yeah, except this time it's for a good reason.
Yeah.
And, like, it was just so good, and, like, it was one of the first few times, like, when he beheaded that Spider Kid, that was one of the few times in anime I legitimately just went, YES!
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
How do you feel, Ren, about JoJo's finale?
Fucking loved it. I admit it was weird because what they did is they had like a flashback to before the main story started, but that was also included in the manga, and so it probably would have been better done as a prologue, but as an epilogue it worked quite well. I enjoyed it.
I must be honest, with the whole thing now, how would you say part 5 compares on the tier level with all the parts we've had so far as anime adaptations?
The thing is, I think that they're all equal, but like, I don't know, part 5's ending was like, it was drawn out to a certain point, and then the ending like concluded quite quickly, but that conclusion was just phenomenal.
I like what they did with the villain,
the villain's ending was something else.
I don't like...
I'd say it compares with, I don't know, like 3, 4 and 5 are like all on par for
what I like is when you see those openings
yes.
that you see on YouTube with this is the opening, but we cut out every character that dies at the end.
Yeah.
Now, they're gonna have a bit of a field work with a few parts of these.
And one of the greatest things that and I don't touch on this enough is with the OPs they change them based on the power of the villain. Like later on in the series, so like in part 3, later on you kind of have the OP that's disturbed
world!
disturbed by Dio's power. Part 4, so 6 seconds have passed, 7 seconds have passed. And with part 4 it's the same with Kira, and with part 5 it's no different, and it's just amazing. And I love the amount of work and love that goes into that show.
But let's talk Gundam the Origin now. I'll tell you one thing. You were completely right about last season. OP3 is amazing.
Yes.
And it's saying a lot considering it was coming from. Correct me if I'm wrong on this one. I don't think the first 2 OPs are that good.
No, there weren't that much stand out, but that third one though, the way they splice in the old
It's
footage.
the perfect tribute to 40 years.
I haven't seen Gundam the Origin, but I haven't listened to the OP, and it is very good.
Oh, you've got to watch the OP
I
to
don't
really
remember
experience
the OP,
it.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Well, how do you feel like Gundam the Origin concluded for you?
Yeah, I thought it concluded great. It really leads into the original series from 1979.
Can I say one thing I didn't like about Gundam the Origin?
Yeah.
I felt like I didn't really want Amuro in there.
Well, it's because it's based off the novel Gundam the Origin,
Yeah.
and Char's section was from volume 5, and all the other volumes, like 11 of them, were like Amuro. So he needed to be in there to say, Char's doing this while Amuro's doing this.
But the thing is, most of Amuro's character arc is in the 1979 series. There's not much to give him before we get to that point. Whereas with Char, there's plenty to give him up to that point. I mean, I bet you how many people going into this knew about the twist that happened in episode like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Like, who saw that one coming? Just all I could say is there's a lot of fire.
Yes.
Fire. And it does make you, although it's quite interesting because I've been watching in dub, and it's very weird how the surrogate father for Caspel and Celestia.
Celestia?
No, that's her name. What's her name again?
Sailor.
Sailor's adopted father is voiced by Dr. Robotnik.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
And he plays a fat guy with a mustache.
Yes.
So is Gundam the Origin, is it a re-release or is it like...
It's a re-release of an OVA,
Yeah.
but it's the first time it's become a TV series, so we are going to count it.
Right,
Yeah.
okay.
But it's like, which I think is a good way of doing it, because I feel like for me, it took a series that would have not been seen by many people and brought it to a bigger mass, and that was a great way to do it. I think if they had rushed out a 40th anniversary movie or a 40th anniversary show, it wouldn't have worked so well.
Yeah. Like, literally, Char is the best villain though.
It's also quite interesting to see this new dynamic between him and the Zarvis.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, it's not new because it was there in the original series.
It is, but it's quite interesting to see the build up to that. And
Yes.
it's like it certainly paints a new light on his relationship with the Zarbi he meets, the purple haired one.
Garma.
Garma, that's it. It certainly paints a new light on his relationship with Garma, and
Oh, the way Char manipulates everyone is amazing though.
yeah, it's kind of like, of course, I think the thing most people will be a bit disappointed about is that, of course, it's a prequel, so by definition, we're going to get no resolution on this. But you have to watch. If my advice, if you're going to watch the 1979 series, watch the movie trilogy, which is now available in the UK on Blu-ray.
Yes.
Unfortunately, there's no dub, so you're going to have to watch it in sub.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's always my thing.
Maybe the next thing they're
I'd
planning
find
to do
that
is like a re-release.
Wait,
Or
wait.
not a re-release,
No.
like a retelling.
Don't dub this, because I've seen the new dub for the 1979 series. It's really crap.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Let's but I don't want us to be 4 hours, so let's move on to the ones that actually do get points.
I do.
Let's talk.
Also, one holdover no one else has mentioned. Black Clover. It's the best it's ever been.
Really?
Yeah, these past
That's
10
not saying
episodes.
much.
Oh no, trust me. it is now.
I haven't been watching Black Clover. I'm still trying to catch up on Yuki of Reigns.
Shall we talk OPs?
Yes.
How do you feel the OPs were this season?
Really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, a strong
To be
season.
fair, yeah.
It was really difficult for me to pick my favourites.
I don't think it was quite as strong as Spring, but it was pretty strong. It was pretty strong, and some good compilation lists I found.
Yeah.
Wait, you've got 10?
Well, I've got honourable mentions, which are 5. Because
Yeah.
there were literally so many good OPs this season.
Okay.
I've only got one, actually 2 honorable mentions.
Let's see what you got, Reese.
Okay, honourable mention. First one, Carol and Tuesday, which we just got.
Yeah.
That wouldn't count.
I know,
That-
but we're just saying it's a mention though.
Oh yes, I will mention it as well.
Because it's the first time we're getting it.
Yes. Which incidentally is why we didn't talk about Carol and Tuesday in the Holdovers for the
Yeah.
record. Even though, for the record, I actually thought the first half was really good.
Yeah. And they're just turning into the X Factor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except with the funniest doo-wop group you'll ever see in your life.
Yes.
No more. I'm not saying any more.
Then I've got Milf Sakai. Because
Yeah.
that is a good OP.
It is quite good.
It's alright.
Oh, it doesn't get
No,
any points.
just an honourable mention.
It's not great. It's not great. It's alright.
It's amazing though. It is. It always makes you smile listening to it.
Yeah. The
Um,
visuals are nice at least.
Yeah. Then eighth got How Heavy Are the Dumbbells You Lift.
I gave myself just a dive.
On a game myself. But that OP is just amazing.
It is hilarious.
It's just a workout video as an OP. Yeah, they also did a live action version of it.
It
Really?
did. Yes.
That's
Oh.
hilarious.
It is
so
so
weird.
funny. Then
Yeah.
seventh, I've got Grand Bell.
Using the voice actors or
No, just using different people.
okay.
Then seventh, Grand Bell. That's really good. Which show that pretty much no one's seen this season.
I did watch the first 3 episodes of it.
Oh, I get so good later on. Sixth, Fire Force. Just missed out.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Whoa.
That is surprising.
Yeah.
I
Then fifth, there we go. Astra, Lost in Space.
Thank you.
Fourth, Doctor Stone.
Oh hey, oh,
Good
sky,
good
good
morning,
morning world.
Third, Vinland Saga.
Yep.
Second, To the Abandoned Sacred Beasts.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that OP. Then first one, Accelerator.
That was a really good OP.
Yeah. It's actually brought back the classic music from the first season of Index and modernised it. And it suits Accelerator so well.
Okay, we'll talk a bit more about it in a minute. Elliot.
Honorable mentions. First one is Lord Elmaloy, Second Case Files. I think that song fits the show really well, and I love the visuals.
Yeah.
Astro Lost in Space is another honorable mention, and my last honorable mention is to the Abandoned Sacred Beasts.
Yeah.
Now for my actual one, number 5 is Doctor Stone.
Yeah.
Number 4 is A Certain Scientific Accelerator.
It's getting more points than I thought it would.
Number 3 is Fire Force. Number 2 is Vinland Saga. I know you were expecting that to be my number 1.
What's your number 1 then?
Given.
Oh, okay.
It's
is
it's
super
really
good.
damn good.
It is super good. Okay.
Given's on the board. Red?
So I've got no honourable mentions. Number 5 I've got Forgiven. So Given was 1 point.
Mm-hmm.
Lord Elmaloy 1 point.
Thank you.
Fire Force.
Okay.
Doctor Stone. And Vinland Saga.
Then the Saga gets the top points on that one. Okay, I'll do mine then. My number 5 was Fruits Basket. Then I had Astra. Then Doctor Stone. Then Vinland Saga. And my number 1 was Fire Force.
Oh, nice.
Interesting. It's a good OP to be fair.
It is pretty damn good. It was number 1 for me for a good while.
Well, the thing about Fire Force for me is actually reminding me a lot of the Radwimps. That's particularly Zen Zen Zensei from Your Name. That's what it really reminded me of, and I thought this is what I really like about it. It's the potential OP of the year for me.
I don't know about you, but I'm still disappointed that Amonomath didn't do Vinland Saga.
I know, it would have been like the best.
They got a
Yeah.
second. They got a second call. They might
Yeah.
get there.
Come on,
Can
get
you imagine?
Amonomath! I want to hear Raven's call!
I would probably come all over the screen, like every time it comes on screen.
Oh, not again, Ren. Clear it up.
I know, sorry. It's
Yeah,
just
he's sick of seeing your jizz on his MacBook.
it's just an instant reaction from Milf Sakai. Okay,
Can I,
sorry.
can I say one of the ones I'm surprised didn't get number 1 for any of us was Doctor Stone.
It was.
It's a good one, but it's more.
It's pretty good. It did stay in my head, but I mean, the others were just better, in my opinion.
What do you?
There were days where I was waking up from bed, like my alarm would go off, and I'll be, oh hi,
Yo, Sakai, good morning, world.
Yeah.
It's one of the things I will say is Reese, you picked Third Scientific Accelerator. You really love this one.
I love it.
You've explained a lot of your reasons. Anything else you sort of explain why you think that was so good?
It just harkens back to Series 1 Accelerator, and the music suits him perfectly.
I can believe that, definitely. I mean, I need to really be getting on certain scientific franchise.
Yeah, I still haven't seen certain magical index, so I don't think my experience with Accelerator was quite as good because of that.
Yeah.
But I did still enjoy it.
Okay, what do you think? Shall we talk? Ren's favourite was Vinland Saga.
Not surprising. It was just super good.
Awesome.
It was very close to being mine, but I felt like Fire Force just did a little bit more for me. But with Vinland Saga, it's great to hear Survive Said the Prophet do another one. I think it's even better than the one they did for Banana Fish. But Banana Fish was a really great OP. Is there anything in particular you really liked about it, Ren?
Just sounds good. Don't know. I
Yeah,
like the sound of the
though
song.
I did find it a bit weird, like, to hear screaming for the beginning of Vinland Saga. Like, I guess in a way it does make sense because, like, you Thorfinn.
It's just like, I don't know, it's chaotic, isn't it?
It really
I
suits
think
it really suits Thorfinn's character.
Yeah.
Particularly what he's going through in that show. Elliot, your favourite? Well, I thought it was going to be Vinland Saga. By the way, one of my predictions is already correct because I predicted we'd all have a different one.
Well done.
But the interesting, you picked Given.
Yeah, I did, because I thought the song really fit the show. Like, it sounded like a song the band would play.
Yes, absolutely. And one of the
And like I'm pretty sure it's Matthew singing it, right? It sounded a bit like
I
it.
think it is the voice actor.
Yeah.
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 I'll tell you one thing. If you do a music show like that, I think you even need to have a song done by the fictional band.
Yeah,
Or-
and it was a super good. It was a super good song. I really liked the visuals. I thought they all fit the anime really damn well.
I will
That's
say
pretty
the
cool.
one time that they had a music anime and they didn't do that was Beck Mongolian Chop Squad, but that one worked out very well because they picked a song that sounded like the band would actually have written it.
Yeah.
And it really suited the show. Whereas when you take like Carol and Tuesday has done the same thing for both of their OPs, and it's worked out very well. I don't think the second OP is as good as the first one, but that being said, I picked Fire Force. I just felt like it was a close call between, first of all, Fire Force and Vinland Saga's songs were very comparable, but I felt like Fire Force just had the better bit on visually being stunning.
Yeah, it's one of the it's actually one of the only songs that Nate Wants to Battle's done one of the few anime songs that Nate Wants to Battle's done a full cover of.
I bought the original on my phone.
Nice.
Same. Yeah, well, for me, Fire Force, I felt like the song was lacking punch to it.
I thought it had a bit of punch.
You got to admit that it is very typical of a shonen OP, but at the same time, I like shonen OPs.
Yeah, the visuals were pretty awesome as well.
I will say, because of the way the points have worked out, Vinland Saga is in the lead with 6 points. Fire Force has 5, and there's a three-way tie between Dr. Stone, Accelerator, and Given for third place, with each have 4. As I will point out, the points don't dictate which anime wins. It's more which ones we are going to consider. It's more
more top 5.
and potentially it could be a tiebreaker if we can't make a decision.
Just so that we avoid a Knights and Magic situation.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
basically to avoid that. Yes.
Well, if only you two watched Made in Abyss.
Yeah,
I know.
It's
brilliant.
to this day our biggest regret with this show.
I should have given it to Main Abyss. I'll grant to that. Although I think I would have pushed Princess Principal.
Yeah, I probably would have. Actually.
Let's talk about
EDs.
Now, while the OP's really good this season, I felt the EDs were kind of lacking.
Yes.
Yeah.
They're pretty weak. Yeah.
Very much.
They were, in fact, I know we normally say the EDs are never quite as good as the OPs, although I think there was one season where we said we felt the EDs were excelling.
Yeah.
Yeah, wasn't it like spring season?
I think it was summer last year, actually, we said the EDs were excelling.
Yeah, it was actually. Yeah,
But
because we had things like Angels of Death, Sobia Sabase.
Cells at Work, but this season they really weren't.
Cells at Work was amazing.
Yeah, Cells at Work.
Even though it was dead simple.
Yeah, I think it was mostly just it was just a playlist just
On
going
the
like
box.
that.
Go
Yeah,
from
just
side
on
to
the
side.
spot.
Happy good
Days.
days.
Yeah, I do kind of want season 2 of that.
They've already announced
It's
it.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
So, Reese, with those low bars, did you even manage to get honourable mentions?
I did.
Ren didn't even get 5.
No, I didn't. No, I got 4.
I was only just able to get 5.
I got 5 just.
Yeah,
I think I do have 1 honourable mention.
Yeah, I've got 3 honourable mentions, of course, one being Carol and Tuesday.
Obviously.
That first one.
See again, yeah. No, if Carol and Tuesday was included, that would have won it hands down for
Yeah.
me. It's such a good ED.
Really good ED.
I was telling you last season it was a really good ED.
Yeah. Some overall we'll mention Milf Sakai.
Yeah.
Because it is literally the Hatsune Miku song with the league spinning.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
So that's why I love it so much.
Wait. Yeah. Yes.
Let's move on. I've got a life to get back to.
Go on.
Yeah, it's
No,
got,
thanks.
it's got all those feet pictures he needs to look at again. Before they fade from his fresh mind.
No, I have Code Vein to play.
Oh god, yeah.
Yeah, my last honorable mention was Given, solely because it has the Doge.
Yeah, Tama.
It does have a little cute dog.
Yeah, Tama. Why'd you give him a cat name? His name is Dakama.
Yeah.
So where am I going with the points, Reese?
Right, fifth, we've got Fire Force. Yeah, it's good. Just so much fan service in that ED, though.
Well, from the writer and artist of Soul Eater, who would have thought?
Yeah, and fourth, got Vinland Saga.
It's like a movie.
Third, Dr. Stone. Because that's such a chill out song.
Yeah,
Second, Accelerator.
no surprises there.
And then first, Astra.
Oh, okay.
I really love Astra's ED.
It was pretty good.
Oh, this is very interesting for me.
Actually, now that I think about it, I actually have 3 honorable mentions. Actually, not 2. Sorry, just 2.
Well, what's your honorable mentions?
My first honorable mention is Given, because that's pretty damn good. And my other one is Lord and Malloy, because that was pretty good. Alright. Number 5 was Astra, Lost in Space.
Okay.
Number 4 was Fire Force. Number 3 was Dr. Stone. Number 2 is Vinland Saga. And might I kindly request that you give that the 3 points, because my number 1 is Demon Slayer episode 19.
That doesn't count.
I know.
I can't give it the 3 points though by our rules,
Okay,
unfortunately.
Alright, fine. But yeah, number 1 is Demon Slayer episode 19. I thought the ED to that one was fucking great.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's even sung by Nezuko's voice actress, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, Nezuko is cool. Anyway, best CDs for me. So number 4, put Fire Force. Again, good.
The dancing meme at ED from this season.
Vinland Saga, number 3. Number 2 is Dr. Stone.
No West Country accent.
And number 1 is Lord Malloy.
Oh, really? That was number 1?
Again, I was reaching. Like I couldn't.
Okay.
It stood out a little bit ahead of the other ones, but it wasn't.
Okay, shall I do my ones then before
Yes.
we go into analysing, because now it's got very interesting. And I'm also kind of annoyed with myself now.
Why?
Well, because you didn't pick Milf Sakai.
Number 5, I will say I really loved Carol and Tuesday's one, but number 5 was Dr. Stone.
Yeah, it's quite low.
Then Astra. Then I went for Fire Force. Then Vinland Saga, very nearly made it. My number 1 is Lord Elmalloy.
Hey! That's right.
I'm actually
Good
quite
one.
surprised none of us picked Vinland Saga for number 1.
I'm as much as I like to meet.
Lord Elmalloy is on 7 points right now, which I don't think anyone was expecting.
I want to point out
It's tied for 4th.
with Astra, which is so annoying for me personally.
so funny.
Vinland Saga's in the lead with 10 points. Second place is Fire Force with 9, and Dr. Stone 8 points is third. I mean, I think we kind of said it was this lot that we're going to be competing with, the exception of Lord Elmalloy, but I think that's going to start fixing itself in a bit.
Yeah.
The thing for me, we've these ones. Let's talk about Reese's. You went for Astra, and all of us except Ren went for it for his runner-up.
Yeah, I just love it because it fits the show so well. The way it shows all the old photographs of the crew throughout their trip.
Yeah, and it worked with. Shall I tell you one thing I forgot to mention about the Astra OP? Is one of the genius things is they actually changed the opening animations depending on plot relevancy.
Do they?
Yeah,
They
because
do.
yeah, because some characters change their expression depending on how they progress their character.
That's interesting.
And then when some of the characters get revealed to have these things, their expression changes in the opening. And the when we find out that the one of them is an aspirational singer, you initially don't have her singing in the OP, and then when it is, they do throw it in at the end.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Which I think really works for that show. It's one of the reasons why I made the top 5 for me. But Astra's ED, it does have that very similar effect.
Yeah.
You really liked it as well, Elliot.
I thought it was pretty damn good.
I must be honest though, with my Astra, really glad I included it. I must be honest, I'm really glad everyone's except Ren's talking about it because
I didn't watch it, so.
I thought I was the only one who's going to be watching it, and I'm very glad I wasn't.
Oh no, you convinced me to watch it. It was really good.
No, it also means I'm only going to have to tiptoe around my opinion on Astra to avoid spoilers, just for the viewers at home, not for these guys.
Please don't give too many spoilers on Vinland Saga if it can be avoided, because I
There's not much to spoil within the Saga at this stage.
That's cool.
I would say.
Oh, Demon Slayer actually, because I will watch that as well.
Yeah, so well, you're going to have to because it's one of our nominees for Emmy.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But let's talk about before we move into mine and Ren's, because we didn't realise we were going to be jointing on that one.
Yeah, neither did I.
What do you, Elliot? Your top one. What was your top one again?
Demon Slayer episode 19.
Demon Slayer episode 19. It was a great one-off one.
Yeah, it worked so well with the episode as well. Like I don't think that scene would have been nearly as tearful if it weren't for that song.
I'll also tell you another thing, man. It's an Anime Amigos first. It's the first time one of us picked a one-off OP or ED.
You know something? I honorable mentioned best ED for the Hitori Boichi. What? Ha.
No, but it's the first time it's won one.
Oh, 1-1. Okay.
Yeah.
Did we not get? Did it not get best CD in Love Is War? For the.
No, none of us picked the Chica Dance on number one. We
we
all
so
kind of said we didn't
one,
think.
right? Yeah,
Do you think?
One of us did. Didn't
No. We all gave it a runner-up, but we kind of, and we all kind of were under the same attitude that we weren't going to pick a one-off to be.
That's true.
Yeah.
But
this one I thought it was just. I thought it was so beautiful. I just thought, no, it has to. This one has to.
I never said. The thing is, when I set up these rules, I never said that was against the rules, so I'll let you have it. So.
Yeah, because it got my 5th place during winter. Love is War. With the Chicken Dance.
Love is war, love is war,
love is war.
So good.
Let's talk. It's a very good ED in every sense of the word, but we'll talk about the one that the three that all of us had before we go to mine and Ren's. The three all of us had was Fire Force, Doctor Stone, and Vinland Saga. Initially, I wasn't going to put Doctor Stone on the list if I'm honest, because I don't like the visuals of it as much. I think the visuals are a bit weird, but at the same time, the song works quite well and it does suit the show.
Yeah, well, I think it's also trying to go for showing that their vision of the past now is so muddled due to the time jump.
Yeah, I like that aspect of it.
So people can't really remember the old times.
What about?
Yeah, that's a good point. I didn't think about that.
What about Vinland Saga? How do we feel about Vinland Saga?
I thought it was a really.
Nearly. The other reason.
Relaxing.
I think honestly, I think the ED fits better to the show than the OP does.
I think I would disagree on that one. I think they're about as even. But that being said, which is the only why they got second place in both of them. But the reason I didn't pick Vinland Saga as number one was I didn't think it was as visually interesting as Lord Elmaloy's ED.
No.
Yeah.
And plus, like, I don't know, it just sounded. I just like the sound of it.
Also, it's done by the same woman. It's done by Amir, who did Brave Shine for Unlimited Blade Works.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We also Fire Force as well.
Fire Force we all picked. Well, yeah, but I was getting at that one. Fire Force was I think in terms of popularity, people were making a lot of memes out of that one. I remember the first episode that me and Ren watched. Ren said, it doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I said, I reckon that's going to make sense down the line.
Yeah, and it does.
I was just confused about the amount of lewd situations nuns get into.
No. You've not even seen the half of it with when they introduced Maki.
Yeah, wait till they introduce Maki.
I mean,
she's the funniest part of that show, but at the same time, it's like, jeez.
I mean,
it's just, was she really a nun?
I mean, there's like a dominatrix firefighter, so like I'm not surprised.
Oh, she's now a good guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Because it's a rule in shown the first villain is always good guy. And in Fairy Tail's case, the first, and the second, and the third, and the fourth, and the fifth.
And in Naruto's, it was first and second.
Why is it with Fairy Tail that only a few of them were villains and stayed villains?
Wait, what, in Fairy Tail?
Yeah.
Because it's bad writing. It's just a bad show. Not gonna lie.
I
feel free to at me.
Yeah, well, Don't forget, did the same thing in the original Dragon Ball.
Yeah, I have a friend who...
turning villains into good guys.
Yamcha.
TN.
Oh, yeah, actually.
Piccolo.
Okay, yeah, no,
Krillin.
that's a good point. No, but Fairy Tail is just bad writing.
Wait, Krillin was a villain.
Not exactly.
He was a rival.
He was a rival. He was more antagonistic.
I mean, to be fair, they've done it now with Frieza.
Yeah.
Spoilers for Super.
Same with Yuki. Same
Well,
with
he's not
Yu-Gi-Oh!
here, right?
Pegasus, Marek.
Marek.
Yeah.
Yeah, after the Spill of the Millennium Rod, when he sort of became a good guy.
Ah, Interesting.
Because the Yu-Gi-Oh! Rise had no idea what to do with him after that.
Yeah.
Let's talk. I think we need to move on.
Well, I just wanted
Let's
to
talk
say
Lord
that,
Elmaloy before we do anything.
Probably your most begrudging point giving in this whole.
Yeah, no, I know. The thing is, though, Lord Elmaloy, it's very good. I was actually.
It's good
I actually. When you were working or something, your girlfriend was putting something to charge in the downstairs living room. She actually saw it and I said, "Oh, it's really annoying because I don't really like the show, but I really like the visuals." I said, "Oh yeah, I can see what you mean. It is very visually nice." Nice. So I'm saying from an outside perspective, it's definitely going to look very good.
In all fairness, though, it's related to Fate. Everything related to Fate has a very visual.
One of the things I find interesting about Western shows, and this is something I think is that they could learn from Japan. There's not a lot of visually interesting opening and closing credits anymore. Like look at Arrow, for example. Arrow, it's just a brief flash of the song and the logo. That's it. What's wrong with a really good theme song that would tell you like?
I think the closest one we've had in recent years is Sherlock.
And Sherlock is a really good example of how you do it.
I'll never skip the opening for Vikings. I'll never skip the opening for Mindhunters. I'll never skip the opening for Punisher or Daredevil.
Game of Thrones as well.
The best one, Coronation Street.
Oh yeah,
Coronation Street OP26. Am I right?
Yeah, who doesn't love that lovely Coronation Street? Talk about pies.
Ren,
So hyped.
Ren, I've already explained like I like the visuals and the music. Is there anything else you want to add to
This
Lord
pretty much the
Elmaloy?
same for me.
Should we talk? Let's do the minus point. Disappointing. Are we going to be able to do this without a massive rant?
I think I'll be able to because with my one, it's more. I thought it was shit than disappointing.
I think my one. I've got a very calm rant for it.
Yeah, I've got a one sentence response to that.
Can I also say my one? It was going to be my number one. My number two was going to be my number one, but it pulled it back at the end and managed to avoid it. And then I realised actually there's one show I've been watching this season that I'm not enjoying watching it.
All right.
Let's move on then.
Let's do Reese first.
Reese first.
Yep, I got Isekai Cheat Magician.
I never even started.
I never started. That.
It's literally Wise Man's Grandchild Part 2.
Oh,
It's
fuck it.
pretty much the same
I
thing.
think it's pretty much shows
Cool.
that Giga Quinn. Hey, dude, can I copy your homework? Yeah. Oh, I'll make it different. I'll make it a bit different so it's kind of cheap. Oh no, you can just copy it.
Yeah, no, it's pretty much identical.
Can I also say with that one, I did keep my rules. Like I said last season, I didn't watch any isekai without recommendations.
Yeah.
No, you watched the Twitch stream or...
Yeah, but that was only after it received good reviews.
Okay, right, yeah.
Yeah, well, Isekai got good reviews.
Most of the guys.
Yeah.
But then I also saw the score of it on Anime Planet.
Yeah, I thought it was. Anyway, yeah.
It was okay.
Yeah, and that's my only one. The only big disappointment.
Oh really?
Oh, really?
Just it's cheap.
Yeah, Isekai Cheat Magician.
So it was a pretty good season for you if you only had one.
Yeah, very good for me.
Okay.
Right, Elliot?
Okay, you guys are gonna hate me for my first one, but I'll explain my reasoning. Number one is Fire Force.
Ooh.
I'll explain why when we get to it.
Interesting.
It loses a point.
Number two is Lord Elmaloy's Case Files. Sorry, number three, because I thought it was gonna be great. It was just okay. Mm-hmm. Number three is All We Lost. Because good God, that was
Oh yes, we'll talk about
that was just dull.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
And number one is Magical Senpai because I stopped watching in the first episode. I couldn't get through the first episode, and it was only 12 minutes.
Yeah.
I'll tell you. I've got an interesting story about that.
And that was just fucking awful.
Me and Ren have a good story for that one, but let's move on. Ren, what have you got?
Sorry, it's the biggest disappointment. Number two, I've only got two. To the Abandoned Sacred Beasts, it's -1 for me. And the other one is Lord Elmaloy's Case Files.
Now, I will tell you right now, my remember I have stuck with mostly my disappointment is always the show I have the most expectation for, and it fails. And I've got a thing I will say about.
I just use normally the one I find most shit.
Yeah.
Hence, Masters of Ragnarok last year.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, that's a year old now.
Yay.
I've actually changed mine at the last minute. I'm going to give the points to the two shows that really screwed with my head. Screw you. Are We Lost and Magical Senpai.
Yep.
They're both getting -1 off me. Then I'm going to go for Lord Elmaloy. That is a show that should have been way better than it was.
Yeah. Should have been, yeah.
Then I've gone for Amazing Your Savage Season. I'll explain my reasoning. I have a reasoning. It was going to be number 1 for ages, but it really had some excellent last episodes that pulled it back. My number 1 is To the Abandoned Sacred Beasts.
Really?
That was a show. I'll explain right now. That was a show I was really, really forcing myself to watch by the end of it.
I'll be honest. I didn't put in to the Abandoned Sacred Beast because I barely watched any of it. I didn't watch enough of it to really make an opinion on it.
Did anyone else have an opinion on To the Abandoned Sacred Beasts? Did someone else put Abandoned Sacred Beasts?
I watched all of it. I really enjoyed it.
I watched the first 4 episodes. First episode turned me off to it. Second episode I was like, I could probably enjoy this, and then third and fourth I was like, I'm not enjoying this whatsoever.
Elliot, did you put it on your list?
No, I didn't, because again, as I said, I didn't think I really watched enough of
The thing
it
that bothers me the
to
most
put an
about Abandoned
opinion
Sacred
on it.
Beasts is I never felt the plot was very consistent. It never really consistently stuck with something to get me invested in it. It felt like it was bouncing back and forth.
With the 4 episode, 3 episodes, I think it was that I watched. It mostly felt like a monster of the week sort of thing.
Yeah, that changes about halfway through.
And that was my big problem. It's like, we're changing up to this. We just established this one. Now we're shaking up to this.
It seemed a lot to me like Fairy Gone, except not as interesting.
Interestingly, my favourite episode was the one with the mermaid.
Yeah.
Incidentally, which is interesting. I wish the whole show had been more like that.
Yeah.
It was also. I remember you said when the first episode, this is basically a poor man's JoJo because it's Kane is Dio and
The main character,
Jonathan.
Yeah. Especially because Kane gets a lot more JoJo towards the end.
Yeah.
Who would have thought that the guy who would have thought that the guy called Kane would turn out to be the villain? Next thing you know, you're telling me Sinestro's going to be the bad guy.
Yeah. Next thing you realise, just like, hey guys, I think Kefka's not very good.
It's that line of in Final Fantasy VI in a nutshell, where he said, "Kefka, did you just poison that river?" Maybe. Oh, I can't stay mad at you. Here's the thing. Interestingly, you picked Magical Senpai and Are We Lost, and I picked those two on my list. We actually, when we were starting the season, we had his girlfriend staying over with us. And we said, let's start on a couple of pieces. I was a couple of short anime. And it was like, oh, no.
And in the very first episode of Are We Lost,
Magical Senpai, I think, was even more of a weird one.
Good God.
It was good, because
my girlfriend doesn't watch much anime,
Yeah.
and then to have her watch the first episode of both of these short shows was just
It's like, we had to do you know what's amazing?
Yeah.
We had to put on March Comes Like a Lion to just say, that anime's not all like this.
Yeah, because it was like the urination thing, and then it was like the weird stuff.
Yeah, I remember watching it downstairs. I was just thinking, I hope people aren't looking through my conservatory.
If anyone walks in right now,
I will say one thing that Magical Senpai does have is a decent OP.
Yeah. And also, it's been memed to hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's made memes of it.
I
Yes,
can't
it
even
has.
remember, I'll be honest.
Yeah, it's the most
Do you know what's
popular moment is, oh, magical lesbian of the pool, share with me your wisdom.
Do you know what's weird about Magical Senpai is I was looking on the charts on NA Trendings, and it was Assistant and Senpai was one of the highest ones. Like, really?
Really?
Yeah, it got like 6th or 7th, didn't it? It was highest.
Like, it was shit!
Yeah. I think at one point it was higher than...
No, not the show, more the ship.
Yeah, the ship.
The show's not been cracking the top 10 at all.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I think the ship even got higher than the main one from Given.
Mafuyu and Ueno Yama.
He did a whole rant about it on Twitter.
Yeah, because I was just like, it should not have been. Yeah, those two should have been a lot higher.
You went with Isekai Cheat Magician. I didn't even start that one. I think, judging by what you said, I dodged a bullet.
Yeah, it's just somehow even worse than...
Thank
you, yeah.
How is it worse than that?
Yeah, it is just so painfully dull. It has nothing unique about it.
And
if you've seen any other magical isekai, you've seen this show already.
Oh, good God.
okay, let's
Wait,
we've got Lord Elmaloy.
let's do Lord Elmaloy. Yeah. Now the biggest problem with Lord Elmaloy, and I really wish Arcada had saved his video because he did his video and I thought, I've been saving this point for this one, and then he says it like, oh bugger, now I'm gonna be said I'm copying Arcada. But I'll get it out anyway, basically. My biggest problem with the show, and I talked, this was what I was mentioning about my criticism to the show to your girlfriend, and that if you've got a good mystery anime, you should be able to guess it ahead of time. You should be playing detective. The audience needs to be able to play detective along with the characters. The problem is that you'd say this in the Fate universe, and Fate's magic has never been that very well defined, but that's not a problem because it was an action show. You don't need to overly define it. So like you don't need to overly define the Force, or you don't need to overly define magic in Lord of the Rings.
Or Harry Potter.
What?
Not
Or
much.
to a certain extent Harry Potter, yeah. But the point is, because we're doing this as a... In fact, Harry Potter's a good comparison, because Harry Potter actually explains how the magic works as it's going on. Like, in the first film, the Philosopher's Stone gets... and it is the Philosopher's Stone, American viewers. The Philosopher's Stone is very much explained, and how that works, why the villains would want it, what the properties of it is, how it might have been hidden for quite so long. Even though we never actually see, and they explain about Nicholas Flamel, even though we never actually see him.
Apart from in Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them 2.
Which was
It's
shit.
a weird inclusion.
And
I still haven't seen it.
It's not very good, don't watch it.
and the weird thing is, with Lord Elmloid, they don't do that. So as a result, it's like, okay, how the hell was I supposed to know that ahead of time?
Like you can't work out any of the reasons for the mysteries because we don't know the rules. Basically.
Yeah, because they pull magic spells out of their arse.
Yeah,
And
in the show.
also, can I say, with the exception of the last 6 episodes, which are the ones which are actually based on what the light novel series they're adapting, the rest have been anime-only stuff.
Yep.
It's been dull.
See, when I was watching it, I was kind of thinking, like, is it me that's... am I not paying enough attention to be able to get the show?
No,
Or,
yeah,
no, but then, like,
Yeah,
I realised
one thing I found really confusing was in episode 4 and 5 we see Saber's Master from Apocrypha in it. I was just like, he's from an alternate universe. What's he doing there?
Yeah, and you'll see the Master of Frankenstein as well from Fate Pop.
Yeah, there's so many cameos in this one. They're all so unnecessary. It's like when they do cameos in the DCEU, and those characters are not going to play part in the later ones. At least give Marvel credit. Every cameo at least plays a part.
Yeah.
As we've now...
No, not in Deadpool 2 with the X-Men.
Not MCU.
Oh, sorry, okay.
I feel like I have to explain something with the disappointments. And that's my inclusion of Fire Force.
Yeah, I think we need... Yeah, because I really liked Fire Force.
I liked it. I really liked it. But here's why I put it in there. I thought it would be amazing. I thought it would be a seriously brilliant show. Mostly because it was written by Atsushi Okubo. Sorry.
Who did
Soul Eater, which is one of my favorite anime of all time. So I thought, alright, this is going to be brilliant. It's going to be really good. This is going to be absolutely amazing. And it was just good. I just found it good. I did really like it, but I was expecting it to be better than I thought it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, just one last point about Fire Force. The pacing is so rushed.
No, even I was saying this to Ren as we were going. Like the pacing is the show is so rushed. It's like my hope is the way they're doing it at the minute. It feels like they finally calmed down.
Yeah.
Maybe the second call will pace it a bit better.
It does make me think maybe I have to read. Maybe it's paced better in the manga.
I don't imagine it would be. My reckoning is that the manga is, all these tropes are going to be in here. Let's get them all out of the way first, and then we'll get to the actual show, the story I actually want to write. So that way I please the people at Kodansha, and then I'm done.
Don't get me wrong though. I still thought it was really good.
Yeah.
I just thought it was really good. Just not as good as I was hoping it would be.
Here's the thing though for me. Amazing Savage Season was the other one, and I'm gonna... Hello again. Amazing Savage Season, for me, I know it's written by Maria Koda, and I really like her writing. The thing that disappointed me about it was, as great as some of the parts are, including one of the best written gay characters in a while, and great dialogue, some of that show is really uncomfortable to watch, and they don't call out some of the shit.
Well, that's kind of like why I didn't have a great estimation of it when I was watching, and I was like, it's okay. I'll watch it because it's Soul Eater-ish. And
we talking about Fire Force.
Oh, sorry, what were we talking about?
Amazing Savage Season.
Oh, sorry. No,
some of it is deeply uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Although at least they admit the part that I don't mind the parts where it's meant to be uncomfortable.
Yeah.
What I don't like is the parts where they pretend it's not meant to be.
It's like the parts in Citrus, I'd probably say, because a lot of moments in Citrus are very uncomfortable, and there's never good. And I don't think it's really ever meant to feel uncomfortable. There's an anime everyone forgot.
Yeah. I'm very concerned on time, so let's move on to biggest surprise. I only have 2 for this one. How about you guys?
2.
I have 5.
I have 1 sec. 4, 5. I have 4.
Okay, Reese.
Right, 5th got Vinland Saga. Amazon have been really pulling out the bag, especially after Dororo.
Yep.
I was not expecting it to be that good. Accelerator, we needed this after Index Season 3.
What?
It was shit. The only good part of Season 3 was Accelerator.
Really? What? I thought the first thing you say you kind of enjoyed season 3.
Yeah, then it went downhill, literally.
Oh.
But yeah, Accelerator's back, he's amazing. 3rd, Astro Lost in Space. It's Star Trek Voyager, but actually good.
Hey, Voyager was good.
Janeway is a war criminal.
Wow.
She should not be made
Okay, calm down, calm down.
Another
This
time.
is an argument for another time.
The Doctor.
This is an argument for another time.
place.
Okay.
Another time, another place.
Alright, 2nd, Milf Sakai. It was actually really good. Less fan service than Fire Force somehow,
Yeah.
and the characters got really good after episode 4. 1st, Grand Belm. No one's talking about it. It's basically Fate meets G Gundam. The plot of Fate with the mix of SD Gundam and the characters of G Gundam.
We'll talk about it in a minute.
Okay, I'm going to add the 5th one into mine. Number 5 is Astro Lost in Space. I thought it was going to be pretty. I thought it was going to be good. It was way better than I thought it would be.
Yep.
Number 4 is Doctor Stone. Same reason. I thought it would be good. It was brilliant. Number 3 is Given. As I mentioned to you guys, I thought my description for it will be. It's a gay anime about a gay band which is very gay. It turns out it has a lot of emotion and it's generally really great.
Yep.
Number 2 is Danmachi Season 2. While my opinions on Danmachi have gone down since I first watched it, I still thought it was pretty damn great.
Yeah.
And number 1 is Milf Sakai,
Yes.
simply because I thought it would be somewhat crap. It was actually pretty damn good.
Yeah.
You're aware now that currently has more points than Lord Elmaloy.
Good.
Well,
It deserves it.
Good, yeah,
It deserves it.
it deserves more points than all
Like,
that.
literally, everyone should go back and watch Milf Sakai.
Can move on.
Two of them, obviously. Number 2 is Doctor Stone. I didn't think it was going to be that good. I thought the design of the main character was obnoxious and stupid, but I actually enjoyed it.
Yeah, needs to say, Senku has hair that will make a Yu-Gi-Oh character.
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah, it's based on Spring Onion.
Yeah, that's what.
Yeah,
That's what.
Right
That's what.
part, Green Stalk.
That's
Yeah, that's what I was
hilarious.
thinking. I was just thinking. Anyone say salary?
That's
Salary?
hilarious. Number 1 is Given. I kind of didn't know what to expect going into it, and I loved it. It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Although I don't think that the first time he hears Matthew's voice, he's like, "Oh my god, it's amazing!" But it's like, is it?
No, I thought.
No, like,
When
after
I
that,
heard it, I thought, wow, that's actually pretty damn good.
Okay, my
Yeah,
number
right.
2.
Spring Onion.
Brilliant. That's
Yeah,
incredible.
that is Senku's hair.
That's literally amazing.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
My number 2. My
Yeah.
number 2 is Doctor Stone. I expected the show to be all hype and
Yeah.
delivery.
It was getting
Yeah, for-
so much hype going into
Yeah,
it.
for once, it was actually one of the shows that got a lot of hype and actually paid off
It
for
lived
it.
up to the hype, yeah. And my number 1 show I really expected to be a middling show, didn't think anything of it, but it then turned out to be one of the best things I watched all season. Astra Lost in Space.
Yep.
And incidentally, after that, Astra is in the lead with 12.
Oh wow.
Doctor Stone has 11, and Vinland Saga also has 11, so they're joint second, third, and both Given and Fire Force both have 8 points.
I'll be honest. I'm surprised you put Vinland Saga in. I thought it was going to be great.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, well, I know it's going to be good, but I didn't expect it to be that great.
Yeah.
Vinland Saga, in a sense of, I think we'll talk about this again later, but Vinland Saga is kind of, you could believe this would be, if this wasn't animated and done in that anime style, you could believe it was a Western show, live action.
Yeah.
It's written to be like that.
Yeah, it's also based on real events with real characters.
Yeah, it is. There's a lot of it's actually surprisingly historically accurate from what I've heard.
Yeah, it's one of those shows like a.
Although I don't think the guy who threw literal logs and stones is real.
Yeah, I don't think that.
Well,
Like,
we'll
the,
talk about Vinland.
I don't think the
Yeah.
giant. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the giant guy who just is obsessed with fighting. That's very anime.
Yeah, and he's got like, come on, come back for another fight.
Yeah, come on, I want to fight
We
you.
could say that, like, based on my listening
Yeah, he's
to,
probably one of the only people who was disappointed that England won.
Based on my listening to Amon Amarth albums, I'd say it's more accurate. I'd
What
say it's
about
more realistic.
yeah, because
than
Amon
the
Amarth is very historically accurate.
Hey,
Yeah, because who doesn't know the classic Viking tale of the Twilight of the Thunder God or the Guardians of
or
Asgard?
Fafnir's Gold.
Let's move. Can I with Vinland Saga as well? Can I also say, you probably researched this a bit more than me? Is the Prince of Denmark that's a Christian accurate?
Ooh,
What,
I
sorry?
didn't know that. Probably.
What are you on about?
Vinland Saga again. The Danish prince in it, that they mentioned.
Is it
in it
Canute?
is, yeah, I think it's
King Canute's a real.
King Canute's real, but it's his son. Is,
Yeah, as the prince.
I can't remember the prince is, but I don't know if he's.
The prince is called.
We'll come back to it. Granblem was your number one. I watched 3
Yes.
episodes of it and it wasn't really doing much for me. But
Oh, it got amazing later on.
I will freely. It looked like a lot of designs from Madoka Magica kind of got recycled. A fair play. I'll free. It could be could be there. What do you think? What about you, Mr. You picked as your number one. What did you pick as your number one again? Sorry?
I've forgotten.
Oh yeah, you picked 2-hit combo, didn't you?
Oh yeah,
Milsakai.
Milsakai.
Yeah. I just no.
I picked that one because I thought, I'll be honest, I thought it was going to be kind of crap. I thought it was just be like, it's just an isekai, but the mum's the main character. Turns out, it was fucking hilarious.
Yes.
It was really bloody funny, and it actually, while it does have a lot of the isekai tropes, it does do a fair bit with them.
Yeah.
Like the character, the person you expect to be the main character,
Yeah.
is completely overshadowed by his mum. Only his mum actually does all the killing. He just sits back and just looks sad.
Yeah,
But
but it's also a great breakdown of the way children interact with parents as they go through puberty as well.
What about you, Ren? What was your one was?
What? Sorry, my biggest surprise.
Yeah.
Doctor Stone. Again, I thought it was going to be a lot.
Yeah, we all thought. I think we all thought this is a show they're hyping up to fail.
Yeah, I felt like it was going to be good, but I don't think it would live up to the hype. It really did. I think it exceeded the hype, honestly.
Yeah, there was serious points in the season where, and I think it's really going to benefit it going into the fall season.
Yeah, definitely.
That's another thing that's interesting about this season is that most of the things we really, really liked are going into the next season, so we can't really make a full judgment on any of these shows.
And with Given, I kind of just picked it up on a whim, not really knowing what it would be about. But then I was surprised actually. I thought it was a great romance story from what I've seen.
Yeah, it was honestly really close for being my number one. But I just thought, Milsakai really impressed me.
I mean, there's tenderly well-constructed gay relationships, and then there's Milsakai. There's no question.
Yeah, there's no contest. No contest.
I mean-
Milsakai.
The thing is, for me, it's interesting that again this season had a lot of great LGBT representation. You had Naoko, which is from Amazing Saga season, which was a great representation of a young girl discovering she's a lesbian. You have one in
Fruits Basket.
You have one in Fruits Basket. You have spoiler alert, which I won't go into because I genuinely with Astra. No spoiler alert. No spoilers for that one because that is so much better.
Yeah. However, I won't admit in Astra, I feel like they were becoming too many twists.
Yeah.
Like there were quite after episode 6, every episode there was a new twist. It's just okay, enough with the reviews. Just play the story normally.
Yeah, it's pretty much done by M. Night Shyamalan.
Yeah. Also, quick question: does Astra Lost in Space technically count as an isekai?
Yeah, they were transported to another world.
Yeah, they went to other worlds.
Yeah, it's the same.
It's technically an isekai.
Yeah, it's the same with Dr. Stone.
It's a space you're right.
Can I move?
What was
on?
that? Anyone noticed?
Can I move on, please, with Astra?
I feel like we're being too broad with.
Okay, Ren. What is an isekai defined as?
Okay, it's like an alternate world, though, isn't it?
No.
Just getting transported to another world.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was like an alternate.
Can I move?
Yeah. Now, in Dr. Stone, is the Earth different than how it was 2,000 years ago?
Yeah, but
There you go. So
Exactly.
So they got transported to a different world.
Can I move?
Yes.
Do you know what?
Technically, I will say it's the same world.
It's
So I
exactly,
don't think I would fully count. The world's definitely different.
Can I move on?
But still say it's the same world. So
We're done.
shares
We are
themes.
done. I'm talking about Astra. The thing about Astra for me is, and the thing that's so good is that Astra is the opposite of Abandoned Sacred Beast to me. Whereas Abandoned Sacred Beast started out with all the promise in the world, and it had this interesting premise that I thought they could go into this place with, and then it squanders it.
Yeah.
Astra's the complete opposite. Starts out as interesting promise and interesting premise, and introducing a ton of plot elements, and by the end, everything is dealt with. Every character arc is complete. Nothing feels wasted, and it feels like a full and complete story, which is so weird to be saying in anime. Every reveal, you'd say there's a lot of reveals, but at least every single one of them works.
Yeah. Also, something that not that many anime really do. You fall in love with every single character.
Yeah.
Every character in Astra are great.
I mean, they kind of hint at all these different plot. They give you a few head herrings, but then they hint at this idea, and he's like, right, that's what was going on.
Yeah.
And it's so well done. Like, genuinely, this is completely genuine. I do a Commander Night in Liverpool for Magic the Gathering on every Wednesday. I genuinely considered skipping the last two of them just so I could watch Astra earlier.
Oh wow.
I was genuinely but then it was always on at 9 in the evening, and I just went, do you know what, I'm going to have to wait ages anyway, I might as well go and watch it on the train home. And it was just, please connect to the Wi-Fi, I've got to see this episode. The last episode had such a big cliffhanger.
Yeah.
I think it will work very well for binge watching, actually, I think.
Yeah, I binge watched it, and I think because I binge watched it, I enjoyed it more than whatever it feels like week by week.
Something different I did. I binge watched it in English dub.
Oh, okay.
That dub is better than the sub.
Really?
I'm gonna have to rewatch the dub now.
Yeah,
same.
literally, it's amazing.
So, what did you guys think of the fact it had a 1 hour beginning and a 1 hour end?
Yeah, that's fine with it.
I thought it was. I was fine with it.
I just realised, sorry, it's Joseph Joestar's birthday today.
Happy birthday to you.
Also, it's Bucciarati's birthday today as well.
Let's go.
Sorry, I just remembered
We've got to move on because we're running out of time. Let's do best animation.
Oh, I just realised actually, Dragon Quest XI for Switch comes out today.
Ooh.
Excellent. Best animation.
Right, honourable
You're no
mentions.
fun.
Number 8, Demon Slayer, because damn, episode 19 was a masterpiece.
Yes,
I know, it's honourable mention.
Yeah, but episode 19, fucking hell!
Yeah. 7 for Lord Almaloy. 6, Fire Force. Right, now on to the actual 5. 5th, Grandbound. Episode 7, my god, that was amazing. 4th, Astra Lost in Space. 3rd, Given. Episode 9's Concert, that was beautifully done.
Ah, yeah.
2nd, Vinland Saga. And 1st, Accelerator. It was unmatched in those fight scenes.
Really?
Really.
Don't think I saw
This
it.
is another season where Reese cuts the entire points to one enemy.
Yeah,
and
because
shoots
all
two
your
top.
opinions are wrong.
I didn't get a chance. All right, give me a chance to catch up with certain scientific.
Yeah, let me watch it first.
You've had your chance with Gundam,
Yeah.
Cal.
40 years of Gundam, Calvin.
I'm working.
It's been 40 years.
I'm working on it. I've only been alive for 29 of them.
No excuses.
Okay, okay. Number 4 is Given, because as you said, the concert scene in episode 9 was really good. And I generally thought the animation was good as well.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Number 3 was Fire Force, just for the look of the fire.
Yeah.
Because it's probably some of the best fire animation I've seen in anime. Number 2 is Elmaloy Second's Case Files, because it's Fate. Fate almost always.
I must be honest.
has
I'm
great
amazed.
animation.
I'm amazed Troika did manage to replicate that ufotable style.
Yeah, I say almost every because Last Encore.
Yeah.
And then number 1 is Vinland Saga. The fight scenes in that, the choreography,
Yeah.
fucking phenomenal. Of course, honorable mention episode 19, Demon Slayer.
I've got two honourable mentions: Demon Slayer and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, because the last few episodes actually of JoJo's were great.
What's actually getting on the points though?
Fire Force is getting a point. Funny you mentioned fire animation, because I'm always reminded of Golden Kamuy.
Oh, yeah.
It's fire animation. Number 3 for 1 point, Lord El Malloy, again great at emulating ufotable style. Number 2, Dr. Stone, and number 1 is Vinland Saga, of course.
Wait, you put Dr. Stone that high?
Yeah, I didn't think it had terrible animation.
I
then again,
thought it was good animation, but nothing too spectacular.
I mean, again, I didn't watch a lot of the other shows, so
Yeah.
I didn't really have a
What's
comparison point.
okay? My lot now.
Oh, what did you pick number 1 again, sorry?
Vinland Saga.
Ah, yeah, of course.
Saga de la Vinland, as they say.
Sagan de la Vinland.
Saga de la Vinland.
Though I think you must admit, in Vinland Saga, it's a bit weird when they were all talking Japanese, yet they said, I don't understand you, is that Nordish?
Number 1 is Dr. Stone.
Actually, my dude.
Yeah.
Dr. Stone got number 5. Number 4, Lord El Malloy. Number 3, I went for Astra. And then I went for Vinland Saga at number 2. And number 1 for me was Fire Force.
Oh, right.
Really? Ever Vinland Saga?
Nice.
Yeah, I think Fire Force, when it excelled, it really excelled. Whereas Vinland Saga, I think, it's kind of like, technically Vinland Saga was a bit higher, but Fire Force had those where it was shot really hard.
Fire Force, I feel like a lot of the time it did have sort of that Soul Eater style of character.
I must be
of
honest,
character.
I'm very amazed that David Productions is able to do that style of animation.
They're doing incredibly.
Yeah, they did really well.
I honestly, if you
To be
talk,
fair, what do you expect from the same guys that did animate JoJo?
it definitely looks like something that Bones would animate, though. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like something like My Hero Academia.
Yeah.
Who's doing Vinland Saga again?
It's Wit Studios, who
Well,
did
actually,
Attack on Titan.
Did
Right,
you
yeah,
put
that's right, yeah.
Vinland Saga in yours?
Yeah, Vinland Saga got a second.
So it's interesting. Me and Reese had it second, and you guys had it first.
It was great.
It's
I
fucking
thought like the character design was great. I loved all the animation. Like the fight scenes were fantastic.
See, one of the things that I think a lot of shows forget to animate very well, but Vinland Saga does a very good job of, is the sky. The sky in Vinland Saga looks amazing. Like, especially when you pan up to the stars in the OP on the battlefield. That's really great. It's also very kinetic in how it moves, but it's also very subdued at the same time, which is what I like about Vinland Saga's animation. Fire Force is kind of like, it's really out there and real punch, but again, it's meant to be because it's a shonen and the fight scene's done very well.
Yeah, and again, good God, how good is that fire animation?
It is, really.
It's like it's the best fire animation I've seen in anime. It's exactly what I expect from an anime about firefighters.
I would say probably close to Todoroki's in the
Yeah,
fight against Deku or something like that. Like, 'cause that was it.
Yeah, I say Todoroki's
Bakugo's.
fight is I say that My Hero Academia's fire animation is a close second.
Yeah.
I think Fire Force is the best fire
Yeah,
animation I've ever seen.
Okay, let's talk. Okay, we'll go briefly into Dr. Stone. We all really liked that.
I was the only one who didn't put that because I thought while the animation was good, it was nothing spectacular.
What I really loved was all the facial animations.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
When it got really wacky.
Can I say?
Yeah. Kimaru had a lot of really funny facial animation.
Considering I ask you guys to be fair about things, I'm going to be fair on my part and say I will admit Fire Force in certain parts had some real obvious budget cuts with his animation, but I put it on the top because when it excelled, it really excelled.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be fair and say, yeah, there was a few points where Fire Force didn't quite succeed, but at the same time, I love the background art on it, I love the character design. Everything just kind of really, when it works, it really works well. Briefly, we'll talk about Accelerator for you.
Yes. Oh my God. Those fight scenes, best fight scenes of the season. And
Ooh,
they're all
that's-
animated amazingly.
And it's up there with things like Shinra's fight against the guy from Company 1.
Yeah, I'd say definitely, yeah.
Really?
Because you see Accelerator go full force and it's amazing.
Let's don't mean to fast things up, but let's move on to Best Female.
Yep.
Reese, have you got honourable mentions?
Seventh, I've got Carol on Tuesday. She's the same English voice actress as Norman from Promised Neverland.
Oh yes, she is.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
That
wow.
not a lot of people mention. I thought was hilarious. And then sixth, got Tamaki from Fire Force. Thought she was great. Now the actual list, I've got Grey from Lord Almaloy. Because I thought Grey was
she's
good.
awesome.
She was, as I said to you, she was the most interesting character within that anime.
Too bad they didn't do anything with her till the last few episodes.
Yeah. Fourth, I got Mangetsu from Grand Bell. Oh, that was just heartbreaking the way that her character arc went. Third, Mamako from Milsekai. She's the best mum in all of anime.
Yeah, she is awesome.
She's so well written as well.
Yeah.
I'll talk.
Like literally, you guys need to watch
I
those
think
episodes.
She is really awesome.
I've got a challenger for that one, for that title. But
Right, second I've got Charles from Sacred Beasts. I thought she was really good. She has some really stand-up moments later on.
when they actually give her those moments, and remember,
Yeah.
she's actually meant to be the main character.
Yeah, well, she gets a lot more later on. Then first I got Ares from Astro Lost in Space.
She was really down
Thank
with
you,
Yeah.
Reese. Thank you.
it. Okay, my turn.
Yeah, I never thought I'd be saying that one
Okay,
before, but thank you, Reese.
Okay, number 5 is Shiraise Masumi from Milf Sakai.
Yeah, she's
because her main purpose is to be an NPC and to die.
Yeah.
great. Yeah.
Next.
Number 4 is Grey from Illinois. Lord
It's those two shows are currently fighting out each other to see who can get higher on the chart.
Number 3 is Haruhime Sanjo from Danmachi Season 2. I thought she had a really great character arc.
Danmachi's back on the board.
Number 2 is Kohaku from Dr. Stone.
Yeah.
And number 1 is Eri Spring from Last Troubles in Space.
Yeah.
She was fucking amazing.
This might get a bit embarrassing in a minute.
I've only got 3 here, so I've got Yuzuriha from Dr. Stone,
Bonin Mamako from Milsaka.
Grey from Lord Elmaloy, and number 1 is Osuke Mamaka.
Yes, man.
Yes.
I didn't see that.
It was really close. It was really close, but
yeah.
I just prefer should I say that slight bit more.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm the only person who won't put someone from the show on my list. But
Shame on you.
Shame on you. She's great. She's amazing. She's so good.
Sanai best anime mum. From Clannad.
No, we all know the best anime mum is Deku's mum. Or Bakugo's mum, who's also MILF.
Ah, yeah.
Let's move on swiftly. I've got number 5. I've got Momoko from Omins in Your Savage Season. Again, one of the best written gay characters in a while. Kohaku from Dr. Stone. Then I've got Yuzihara from Dr. Stone, just purely for that scene with Tsukasa. Saying, thank God you did that, I needed a haircut. Then I've got...
also for that bit where she just went, I don't know what's going on, but I'll help.
Yeah.
Then I got Maki from Fire Force. And
Which one was Maki again?
The witch who plays with fire.
My favorite was the nun from Nate.
Oh yeah, she's pretty good. And my number 1 is Ares from Aries from
fucking course.
Astro Lost in Space.
She's my best character. She's the best female.
So 3 of us pick Astro Lost in Space. It's number 1 at the minute with 23 points.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and 3 of us picked Milsaka.
Astra's number 1.
Yeah, because you know why? We
suppose
have taste.
Exactly.
I suppose Vinland Saga doesn't really have that many kind of...
Well, Vinland Saga doesn't have the female character, so it didn't have a chance
It's
to really
mostly like aside from Thorfinn's
Mother and sister,
we don't really get too much.
The reason I just wanted to clarify why I picked Mamako was because of the 4 episodes I've seen of most of the shows, not many characters had kind of stood up. Grey had some cool moments.
I'll tell you, Kohaku stands out quite a bit.
Yeah, Kohaku is a really
especially
awesome
considering her what we found out about why she is the way she is in the last episode.
Yeah.
It's very,
Honestly, I hadn't even met her.
It's very powerful.
It's very touching.
Yeah.
We're kind of spoiling things, so we'll talk a bit about it.
Yeah,
with the exception of Astra, because I feel like that really with Kohaku, I love this idea that her sister will die if she doesn't have the responsibility of being the village's priestess, so she acts out and can't be the new priestess. Then her sister has to keep living.
Right. Okay.
And she has this idea in her head, and she Senku's kind of promised her, if you help me with the Kingdom of Science, I'll create an antibiotic.
That's fair. I don't think I've even met that character yet.
No, you haven't, but she's so cool.
Let me just say, the second half of Doctor Stone, the second arc of Doctor Stone is bloody awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, it feels like they're finally knowing what they want to do with Doctor Stone. They've got a stable cast of characters now.
I think Grey had some cool moments. I just thought it was pretty cringy.
Yeah, she
did the whole English thing.
The thing about Grey for me, the reason I didn't put her on the list, is as much as she is the best part of that show, they kind of dick around with her character arc, and they never try and do much with it. It's only recently she's finally got the thing. It's more, you should have done this way sooner. It's too little, too late. That's a petty reason for it, but I think these characters I connected a little bit more with.
Yeah.
Incidentally, that's the
I
last.
don't think they did too much with the characters in Lord Elmaloy.
Fire Force was all across the board for us. What do we pick?
I don't think I picked it. I did pick it up for Fire Force.
What do you guys thought of but Arias? She doesn't have the biggest character arc of the characters in Fire Force, in Astra, but she's the life soul of that crew.
She has the biggest personality of that group. Like at first you think, when I first saw her, I thought she's going to be a bit annoying, she's going to be a bit aloof, but when we really get into it, she's like, okay, no, she is amazing.
Yeah.
The thing I like about Arias is that they introduce the fact she's got photographic memory. And I thought, oh well, this will just be for one episode.
No, it's consistent throughout the
Yeah.
entire show.
I thought, yes, introduce a character trait and keep it consistent.
I think the only time I can really remember them doing this and keeping it consistent is with Misaki in Confide Vanguard.
Yeah.
God, Astro Lost in Space was good.
Yeah.
Let's
Good
move.
God.
Let's
Yeah.
move.
Well, one thing I will say about Gohaku that I didn't like though, her face, that was so disturbing
Yeah, it's a bit weird.
compared to everybody else.
The uncanny valley is a little bit in effect there.
Yeah.
Let's move on to best male character.
I'll be honest. I think this season
The men.
the males were outclassed the females. For
There was a
once.
lot more writing for male characters than there was female characters, which is kind of the opposite of last season.
Yeah.
Let's.
It's opposite for anime in general.
Yeah.
Right. I've
Because
only
anime
got-
is ruled by the waifus. Sorry, continue.
Yeah. Right. So same for this. I've only got one honourable mention. That's Shinra from Fire Force. He was
Okay.
good. Fifth, Force Finn from Vinland Saga.
Ooh, okay.
Fourth, Matthew from Given, whose backstory are tearjerker. Third, Senku from Doctor Stone.
Why has I got a feeling he's not going to win a single one of these?
Second, Kanata from Astro Lost in Space. Yeah, his English dub voice sells the series.
Really?
Yeah. And then first, Accelerator.
Of course.
Yeah.
I guess the Accelerator is your favourite character from Index.
Yes.
So-
Everyone says that.
Yeah,
So-
and it's which is funny because he is practically doing the voice of Zack from Angels of Death.
Yeah.
They both have the same fucking laugh.
Yeah.
As someone-
Even though Accelerator came 10 years before.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I know. You know what I'm saying. Yeah.
Sorry, has the universe divided by 10 all of a sudden? Because I'm the one that's raved about a sub, and he's the one raving about a dub.
Yes.
Something's gone horribly wrong.
Yes.
Elliot, quickly.
It's the darkest timeline. Okay.
Elliot, quickly before Winston Churchill with the head of a bee suddenly comes in.
I have two honourable mentions. One is Accelerator, and the other is Shinra.
Yep.
Mhm.
As for my main ones, the number 5 is Senku from Doctor Stone.
Okay.
Number 4 is Thorfinn from Vinland Saga. Number 3 is Mafuyu Sato from Given because, good God, his arc was amazing.
Yeah.
Number 2 was Kanata Hoshijima from Astro Lost in Space. And number 1 was Askeladd from Vinland Saga.
Askeladd. Interesting.
Yeah, he was really awesome. I really liked him.
No, trust me, he gets really good.
No,
as
I
a
liked
series.
He
him.
gets super great.
I liked him anyway. Number 5, I've got Thorfinn from Vinland Saga.
Okay.
Number 4, I've got Arthur from Fire Force. I think he's funny.
Fool!
Yeah, he is pretty.
Yeah.
Excalibur.
I will tell you.
Excalibur.
I will tell you, Fire Force is not winning because it's so far behind at
Yeah.
the minute.
Yeah.
Number 3, I've got Uen no Yama from Given. Again, I hadn't got to the point of the character.
Yeah. Uwe Inuyama was a really great character though.
Number 2, Senku from Doctor Stone. And number 1, I've actually put Thor's from Vinland Saga.
Did-
Did
you-
you?
did-
Well, because I only saw the first 4 episodes, so I saw the
Did you
best.
do? Did
He
you?
was
Did you
super
have
great.
another Doctor Stone one before Senku?
No, my number 5 was Thorfinn, and my number 1 was Thor. So just
Okay. Okay. Here's my. I must be honest. This is kind of turned into a 2-horse race, and it's not the two I was. And one of them is not one of the two I was expecting. My number 5 is Thorfinn from Vinland Saga. Then number 4 is Askeladd from Vinland Saga. Number 3, I got Shinra from Fire Force. I love the guy. I love the fact he has a nervous smile that can.
Yeah. Everyone thinks there's some. Yeah.
I got Senku from Doctor Stone, and my number 1 is Kanata from Astra.
Yeah. Thought I would be.
Can I just say, I'll talk about why I really like Astra as a character, but I will say since I picked Astra for both male and female, an Astra character for both male and female, one of them isn't actually my choice, but I decided not to because I didn't want to give away the spoiler, a big spoiler. So Reese knows what I'm on about, who I actually picked.
Yeah.
But
I know. I think I know who you mean.
But so I decided to pick Kanata and Ares because in the category where it did count, I decided that it would be better to say that than give away my choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone who's known Astra probably knows who I'm on about
Yeah.
right
It's
now. Let's just say episode 11.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah, good God.
but let's talk about the fact that both all of us except Ren picked Kanata, and I really loved Kanata's character.
I hadn't seen Astra.
Kanata got second for me.
He got second, I know, but I'm saying all of us had him on the top.
It got second for me.
But what was it for Kanata with you guys that did it?
He had a really good personality, and I could legitimately believe that he was a good captain.
He's very, very capable as a captain, I think.
Yeah. Well, the way his English dub sold it for me is that he could have been a protagonist from Digimon.
Yeah, I'll really look up the Astra dub as soon as I get home, but I can believe that.
But I mean, also not like he was
this.
someone who just like he did stuff without hesitation. Like he would actively risk his own life for the crew without even a second thought.
But again, you get a sense of these guys are the only people he has to live for. Yeah. And as we get more into the character's backstory, that's definitely a theme that's going on throughout the series. And it makes sense for him to be a captain because he's the only one of them that has a survival expert.
Yeah, can I say the close second for me from Astra is Zack. Because he is so funny.
Zack is very funny. Yeah. But what's great about that thing is it's an ensemble crew, and you do kind of think early on, they address this in the show, is Kanata the right guy to be captain? And then they prove, yes, he was the only guy who could have been captain.
Yeah.
We all went through a different choice. Askeladd from...
Yeah, because
that was an interesting one.
Because the reason why I picked him over Thorfinn, because the way I saw it, Thorfinn was mostly sort of a depressed emo kid, which is fine considering what he went through. But meanwhile, with Askeladd, I would happily follow him into war. He's charismatic. He's an incredible personality. He's just someone who you believe all these people would willingly follow.
It has a very good job to do for someone who is essentially the antagonist. He is the villain. He's the villain in this.
Yeah, and like his relationship with Thorfinn is quite interesting because he treats Thorfinn with a lot of respect, even though he knows that he's one day probably going to die to this kid. He's still like treat.
I think you get a sense that Askeladd kind of chooses Thorfinn as that would be a good way to die.
Yeah, that's one of the things that's interested me about it, because like it's clear that he's obviously not like a paragon of martial prowess or anything like that, but it's more compelling that he has to use underhanded tactics, and it's obvious that he has much more to his character. And I was interested in him when I saw him, but I just didn't. I haven't seen enough of the show to kind of understand his arc.
And that's why you picked Thor's, right?
Yes, Thor's, because he's just sick in the first few episodes.
He's a super awesome character.
Badass.
It's just fucking hell. He's great. Like I could legit
totally unrealistic.
Like I could totally see him. If Askeladd hadn't done that, I would have totally seen him survive into the end.
Totally.
But people thinking I just spoiled it. It's in the first 4 episodes.
Yeah. And the other factor is they did also put it in the plot synopsis for the show when it was coming out. They then quite frantically changed it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but what's the story about Thorfinn though? Is it me, or does it look like that he would listen to Linkin Park?
Yes.
Yeah. You just see him like eat outside on a ship. You could just imagine him with headphones going, crawling in my skin.
Crawling in my crawl.
Whereas Askeladd, you could believe he listens to...
He'll probably listen to something like
Fat Finn's Gold. You could believe he listens to
Pursuit
that.
of Vikings.
Here's the... Incidentally, there's so many monomorph AMVs for Vinland Saga already.
Of course.
Yeah, not surprising in the slightest. I'm surprised it's not an OP.
Let's talk...
So the last one, I think...
wait,
no, we've got sequels now.
That's it, yeah.
There's still some characters we haven't... can we talk about Matthew for a little bit?
Yeah, sure.
Because, good God,
Yes.
I'll just, at first you can sort of see him as being a bit annoying, but as the story goes forward, I'm not going to spoil anything, but oh my God, it gets really deep and really emotional.
It really does. Because it all ties back to the first episode as well. The way you see him interacting with people and the way he carries his stuff around.
Yeah, and like him clutching his guitar like that, you see why he does it like that as the story goes on.
Okay.
It's good. I like that they foreshadowed that, because it's obvious that there's a lot more to the character than we initially get, within the first interaction.
Yeah.
And it's I don't know. I'm pleased that that's.
I'm quite concerned for time, so let's.
Okay.
One last thing though. Talking about Accelerator, it's Accelerator from season 1 of Index, so he's still a villain and he's amazing.
Okay, let's move on to best sequel. I think we're really going to breeze through this one because we really didn't watch that many sequels.
Yeah.
Reese, I'll give
you.
You
your best one.
I'll put 3 points on Accelerator. What were your runners up?
Lord Malloy and Dan Matchy.
So
Okay.
you actually watched Danmachi?
Yeah, I thought it was really good.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty
Okay, the only reason I'm not getting accelerator points is because I didn't watch it. That's the only reason. I reckon if I watched it, I
Oh,
would
you
have.
should have watched it.
good.
Just watch the first 20 episodes of the original Index, then watch Accelerator.
Okay, Elliot, you were done much.
Yeah, my favourite was Danmachi.
Did you have any runs up or?
Yeah, number 3 was El Malloy's, and number 1 is number 2 is a certain magical scientific accelerator. As I said, I feel like I would have preferred it if I had seen Certain Magical Index.
Now, Ren.
I only watched Lord Almaloy, so I have to give it 3 points, unfortunately.
I can't give. I'm going to give Lord Elmaloy 1 point and Tizintaki-san because I watched the first episode of that. Yeah, But Dan Machi's the only one I can realistically give the point. I can't say Lord Elmaloy was the best sequel.
No, it was just a shame. That's 2 Fate spin-offs that we've seen now. That suck.
Do you want to talk about Teasing Master Takagi-san?
No, it's the same bullshit as last time. And you've gushed all.
Oh, Accelerator is so good.
The thing about Dan Machi is Elliot's really the champion for us for it. But the thing for me is Dan Machi is now so in the middle in terms of high concept fantasy and isekai. Like there's so many shows that have done it better, and there's so many shows that have done it worse.
Yeah, but the thing is as well, I feel like Danmachi has sort of gone downhill because it took so long for a second season to come out.
Yeah.
Because it's been like, what, 5 years since the first season?
I don't
And-
you've waited 5 years for... No, 4 years, but we've waited 4 years for a second season to a show I didn't like all that much the first time.
I enjoyed it the first time, but the problem is... But I think the biggest issue that make it gone downhill is because we've had like a bunch of other isekai within the world like that. And while I do really enjoy Danmachi, it feels like it does something somewhat unique. And I do kind of like characters like Belle and Hestia, or as many people call her, Chestia, as characters.
And her well-known pigtails.
Yeah, and
the thing about Belle for me is though, he just somehow gets stronger every episode. It's like there's no progression to his character.
no,
It's explained.
It is explained because he has these feelings for Ainz Wallenwatsit. He and like really, really strong feelings. He's gained a spell with that or skill that as long as these feelings stay with him, he'll grow more and more fast. He'll grow more and more faster, and he does have and like with his personality and with everything that happens with him, it does.
I'll explain the skill easily. It's the XP chef in Pokemon, just on Belle.
Yeah.
And it's an explanation, but it's a shit explanation.
Yeah.
Let's move on. Best original, because this was the one we actually did give a shit about this season.
Right, 2 honourable mentions. 1, Fire Force. 6, Milf Sakai.
Oh, Jesus, you didn't put Fire Force in the top 5.
Really?
No, I didn't.
That's not
Okay.
Right, 5th, Grand Bell, because that was amazing.
I completely forgot about Graham Bell.
Oh, so you need to catch up on it. 4th, Given. 3rd, Vinland Saga. 2nd, Dr. Stone. And 1st, Astra.
Oh wow, you really like Astra that much?
Yeah.
Vinland Saga was third. What was second? Dr. Stone.
Dr. Stone.
And Astra was. I'm genuinely shocked. I really thought I was going to be the only one championing Astra.
No, Astra was really good.
One honorable mention from me, Milf Sakai, of course.
Of course.
Number 5 is Fire Force. Number 4 is Vinland Saga. Number 3 is Given. Considering it's my first ever time watching a yaoi anime, I did seriously enjoy it. Number 2 is Astra Lost in Space. And number 1, and this is no surprise to Calvin, Dr. Stone. It's been so good.
Yeah.
Okay, Ren?
Number 5 for me is Milf Sakai.
Oh, for God's sake.
Number 4 is Fire Force.
You should have watched it, Calvin.
Yep.
Number 3 is Given. Number 2, Dr. Stone. And number 1, unsurprisingly, is Vinland Saga.
Not surprising.
Stones, it also gets 25, and number 1 was
Vinland
Vinland Saga.
Saga. That's 32.
Right, so here's the thing from me, and this has been a very surprising day because the one that I predicted to be number 1 is at the minute number 3.
What a lovely day.
Well,
I didn't
Milf
actually,
Sakai.
I didn't actually have a 5th place. I've only managed to have 4th. So 4th place.
Milf Sakai.
Right.
Milf Sakai. Milf Sakai number 5 then, please.
4th is Fire Force.
Well, you're not fun.
Vinland Saga is 3rd, 33, right? Then I'm going to Dr. Stone, was my second choice. Was going to be number 1, but Astra killed it for me. Astra's number 1 easily for me.
Alright.
Okay.
Well, especially because Astra's told a complete story. Dr. Stone hasn't yet.
But that's not a chip against it. It's more if Astra had told a complete story and it didn't quite deliver, I still would have put Dr. Stone above it. I'd rather have a really good incomplete story than a bad complete story.
Yeah.
Or a complete story that didn't quite fulfill all its plot arcs. The fact it did manage to do that is what sold it for me, and the fact it got a great cast of characters. Honestly, this is an Anime of the Year contender for me, Astra.
Yeah, I will go that far.
It's I mean, I could consider it for a wild card if it doesn't win today. I mean, there's every chance it's not going to win today because we could just decide
Milsekai.
Milsekai.
it's not got enough points to even make the top 5.
Ah, you said at the beginning though, the points don't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah, the points.
You said that yourself.
Welcome to
You
his
said-
Wednesday anyway.
You said it don't matter, so potentially Magic Senpai could win if the points don't matter.
No, I said the points was merely guidelines, but how the
Exactly.
point, but it was
Exactly. So are the rules in D&D.
No.
Not that many people fully following
We
them.
have. I think it's reasonable to go by at least the top 5.
Yeah.
Hey,
we made the
Which
next-
Milsekai is in.
No, it's not.
Hey, you got you got JoJo in top 6 and we allowed that.
Yeah, but JoJo's is legitimately good.
So's Milsekai.
I don't want to.
You put it in the top 5. You're top 5.
Let's talk about Vinland Saga. Vinland Saga has also done very, very well today, and it was Ren's number 1, your number 2, your
Number 4.
my number 3.
Hey, 1, 2, 3, 4.
So
No, sorry, 3, 4.
yes. So what was it about Vinland Saga really started for you, Ren?
Vikings, good animation, fights, cool stuff.
I mean,
Need I say more?
Astra for me. Why did everyone sleep on that show?
Yeah.
Because it was on Funimation.
I think there's more than that. I think people just took a look at that image and they prejudged it. I was only off except for JoJo talks too much and our Brandon that were really selling it. By the way, patrons to both of them. My name is in the credits. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I've just plugged their channels. Let's talk about Fire Force. I really expected Fire Force to kind of have much more of a higher score than it did end up having.
I think Fire Force, again, I was personally thinking it was going to be amazing. It was just good.
Yeah, it was just too rushed.
Yeah.
It was so rushed.
It felt like, it did feel like the pace was going on.
But it wasn't. One of the issues it had was the fact it was delayed by a week due to the KyoAni fire.
And now it's being delayed for another 2 weeks.
2 weeks, but that was because they intended to delay it for 2 weeks when it got to episode 12, so it's a bit of a weird place to...
I think it was a poor idea. Did they go into a tournament arc yet?
Only one for one episode.
That's a bad idea, and also a tournament arc too early. I think it's a bad.
I don't think it was. Which episode was that? Was that when they
Episode
first
3.
went to?
The burning building.
Yeah, that one. I don't think it was a tournament arc. I think it was more on the training bits in My Hero Academia.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Well, they were competing against other teams.
But it wasn't like a proper tournament.
It wasn't like a one-on-one fight, but it was a competition amongst a load of different rookies.
Yeah, but there was still in that
in-
training bit, there was still pairs of 2 who compete against each
In
other.
which
My
case
Hero.
they kind of did rip that straight from My Hero, because there was the burning building thing, wasn't there?
Yeah, they did still.
I think we need to look up when those chapters came out in terms of how.
Yeah. Well,
But it could just be pure coincidence.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, it is more of an association with
Doctor
Simon
Stone,
than
which I predicted to do very well in this one. We all really loved it. I'm surprised no one picked it for best original.
I did.
Oh yeah, you did. I'm surprised it was only you. I thought Reese was going to pick it, to be honest.
No, Astra just knocked out the
Yeah,
park.
it
for
was.
me.
Doctor Stone was fucking amazing for me.
See, the thing is, I said you were going to be the bit of the difference maker in this one because I thought, has Reese watched Astra? I don't think he has. But I thought if he has watched it, he might really like it.
I mean, what do you expect? Reese is better at watching anime than all of us.
Yeah.
There's a great joke on going back to the Star Trek Voyager comparison. There's a great joke on Mock the Week. It was, if this is the answer, what is the question? It was 8 out of 10. It said in the unaired ending of Star Trek Voyager, who did the character 7 of 9 marry?
That's funny.
But God, it was Doctor Stone really great. I'm so looking forward to see how it goes.
Yeah.
In the second half. But I'm going to just quickly take away the scores for a second because I've got to ask before we go into the analysis. Reese, are you going to cash in your card this month or to boost a show, or are you going to save it?
I could boost Milsakai.
You'd be wasting your point.
Would I though?
Yeah, would he?
Would I?
Would put it in the top 5.
I can promise you would be wasting it. It would not even make the top 5 if you did.
What about the top 6?
It's a bold move. I would support him.
I'm about to do what's called a pro gamer move.
Oh yeah, it's big break time.
No, I won't catch
You're going to hold over. Okay, it's holding over. So let's look at the top.
Alright, so you mean you have to do it next season.
Without, I'll go.
Unless you want to hold it to
in
next
no
year.
particular. Okay, so the top 5 were Astra was in first with 35. Villain Saga came second with 33. Then it's Dot Stone's third with 26. Fire Force is fourth with 19, and joint fifth is Given and a Certain Scientific Accelerator. So we'll have
All the points from him. Most of them.
so we have 6. We have a top. So we have a top 6 this time round. Let's talk. I think we got to get rid of Given and a Certain Scientific Accelerator from the start.
No, Accelerator was amazing. Screw you.
I would be. I would rather lose Fire Force than Given.
Yeah, same.
Easily.
Okay, fine. Well, this is the point. The proof of the points are not that.
Yeah, well, this is why we have the discussion.
Yeah, because I will actually readmit, Given is fucking amazing.
Given's great.
Do you know what? As much as I really like Fire Force and I really invest in it, and I think I will be watching it in.
I think we'll all
fall.
keep watching it.
I'm going to keep watching it. So,
I need to catch up.
but I'm happy for it to go because it's not.
Yeah.
It's not winning today.
No,
let's be
no.
honest.
Sorry, Okubo-san.
Goodbye.
I must be honest though. Scientific Accelerator. I reckon you're so right, and it's going to be great.
Yeah, it already is great. What are you on about?
I'm saying you're right, and it's a great show. I think though it's weird that one got into the top 6 on basically just yours and Elliot's points alone.
It deserves to be in the top 6.
Yeah,
because Accelerator stayed the one character and he's trending for like 6 weeks now.
Yeah, no, I fully accept that one. But let's. Then we're left with Astra, Vinland Saga, Dot Stone.
I can't possibly comment on Astra, but I'm sure it's really good.
Yeah.
It does sound like something I'd enjoy.
Dot Stone is really great as well. I mean, if you look at the scores, it's really a 2-horse race between Vinland Saga and Astra.
So I'm
But
wondering.
are we going to lead down to those 2, or do we think there's more discussion for?
I think Dr. Stone should at the very least be in it.
Yeah.
But what about Given? Do we keep Given in the discussion at this point?
I think we can keep
It's
Given.
still really good.
it's 10 points behind Dr. Stone.
You said the points don't matter.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. I don't think many of us picked Given for first place in virtually anything.
I was very close to picking it for biggest surprise.
Actually, did either of you pick it?
I picked it for best OP.
You picked it for best.
I think I picked it for surprise.
You picked it for biggest surprise. Yeah, so it did win first place in those. Let's compare it with say what Dr. Stone came for. How many first places did Dr. Stone get?
Weirdly enough, it only got 1 for me, which
I
is
definitely
best
got
original.
any from me.
None from me.
It got none from me either.
Oh no! Sorry, it got 1 point from me in surprise also.
No,
It got 1 for me in biggest original.
but I didn't. So again, Given and Dot Stone in that. So take a look at those 2. Given might have less points, but Dot Stone got less first places. That's why I find it kind of interesting doing this discussion.
They're so different in terms of what they are as shows.
Yeah, they're both incredibly
so
different.
hard to compare.
But if I was to think which show would I probably have a better time binging
Dr.
when they're
Stone.
done, I think
Yeah.
Dr. Stone.
I say Dr. Stone.
But
More compelling to keep involved with.
Yeah,
I think.
because Given is much more of an emotional.
Yeah, I
rollercoaster.
say Given has the more emotional story, but Dr. Stone probably has a more engaging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say that's
Plus,
right.
where Given is incomplete until the movie comes out next year.
Right,
I'm not a big fan of that sort of thing. So can we eliminate Given on that?
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
fair
fine.
actually.
So that leaves us with
It's at least getting an honorable mention at
So
the
that
end
means
of the year.
we haven't managed to get into the consensus accelerators going. So we're left with Astra, Dot Stone, Vinland Saga, and the Scientific Accelerator.
Accelerator's so good.
I know it's really good, but it's
I
only,
think you're the only one who may be picking it, though.
Probably.
So compare that with Dr. Stone.
so let's.
I say it's better than Dr. Stone.
I
Really?
would disagree.
Really?
I would majorly disagree.
Um,
Well, it's because you're missing most of the context.
Yeah, I understand. It is, but it's
Maybe
mostly
if I
my
had a-
fault. But I
l-
still feel like then I would pick Dr. Stone.
If we took Accelerator, this will be interesting. If we took Accelerator out, if we took Accelerator, went down to Astra, Dot Stone, and Vinland Saga, how would you vote?
Astra.
You'd vote Astra,
Dr. Stone, easy.
Dot Stone,
Vinland Saga.
and I'd vote Astra, so Astra would go through.
Yep.
If we eliminated Accelerator and Dr. Stone from the mix, this is just hypotheticals right now. How would it go with Astra, Vinland Saga,
Astra.
Astra.
Oh really? Yeah. Oh, well, I think from that it's fairly clear, to be honest.
That was just, but that's the point. That was hypotheticals. If say we eliminate, I know this is probably a bad decision, but let's say we eliminated Astra, for example. How would we vote?
Accelerator.
Dr. Stone.
I will say let's get rid of Astra and Accelerator, which might so we have to change
Dr.
up.
Stone and Vinland.
It would be Dr. Stone, and I'd vote Dr. Stone, you'd vote Dr. Stone,
Dr.
you'd vote
Stone.
Vinland, and you'd vote Dr. Stone. So in that sense,
In that case, what if we took out Vinland Saga?
let's take a
Yeah.
well, Ren would
I
have to vote
would have to vote for
Dr.
Dr.
Stone.
I go with Dr. Stone.
So that means, in that sense, it's actually really Dr. Stone and Astra.
Yeah.
In that sense, so as much as we've been praising Vinland Saga and it's gotten that high,
See,
Yeah.
none of us would actually vote for it, and
Yeah.
except for Ren, unless we've.
one of the points that I heard earlier about Astra is there's too many twists almost.
But
Yeah.
Do you find that confusing?
Yeah, at the same
No,
time.
I'd say-
No.
Really?
But at the same time,
But
at the same time, I will admit, it gets a bit overwhelming with the twists because.
But I had
twists.
I had a counter argument to that one. At least all the twists make sense, and it's
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
think
they all
and
do
it's
make
not
sense.
too hard to follow. They do set out that story.
Yeah, but I feel like, especially considering they all happen sort of during, like, mostly during the last quarter of the anime. I feel like if they were a bit more spread out, it would be a bit better. But because they all happen at the last quarter of the anime, it gets a bit overwhelming.
My vote is definitely going to stick with Astra. I really think.
Mine's still Astra.
My vote's still going Dr. Stone.
And
Mine's
your
going
vote's-
with Vinland Saga. So I think we've.
But the thing is, we also said if we took Vinland Saga out of it, you're voting Dr. Stone. If we took Dr. Stone out of it, you're voting Astra.
Yeah.
See, the thing is, I think Astra could win it. I think
Yeah.
Astra's got the most points. I think we kind of had a lot of hypothetical scenarios where we put it through.
It sounds to me like it's the most popular one,
Yeah.
and I think we're kind of skirting around the issue that it could be one of these other shows, but realistically, we're all in favour for it. The only reason I'm not in favour for it is because I haven't seen it,
Which I think is
and I'm defaulting to the most comfortable option, which for me is a shonen action, really.
But again,
Not shonen, but
well,
Yeah.
again,
It's more berserk-like.
Yes, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, are we dancing around the issue and Astra's won it?
What do you guys think?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Astra.
I would seriously... I'll be honest. I seriously want Dr. Stone to win, but
I want Vinland
I'd
Saga to win.
be alright if Astra won.
See, the weird thing is I'm very caught between a rock and a hard place because I really think all three of those could easily go through. All three of them are Anime of the Year contenders.
They're all defensible. I mean, we could always wildcard. I could definitely wildcard Vinland Saga. I could see that happening.
I think with Dr. Stone, I think I would struggle picking it for a wild card, honestly.
Really? Oh.
The thing is, though, I want to take Astra out of the mix because there's a couple of things I want a wild card, and I don't want Astra in the mix there without because I don't think but I really want it up for the prize. So my vote's always going to be Astra in that sense.
Yeah.
I also think I want to see how Dr. Stone goes towards the end. I mean, it's a great anime.
The issue with considering wildcards at this stage is we kind of run it. We might get into a political rut where we say, okay, well, I want this, but then I don't want to have to use my wildcard. We have to keep it this.
I'm
season.
still voting Astra though.
I'm still voting Astra.
I think nothing impressed me more this season than Astra.
Yeah.
I'd go Vinland Saga, but again,
And you're going Dr. Stone.
Yeah, I still go Dr. Stone.
But the reason I'm gonna say Astra's gonna win it is because when we did the scenario for say we took Dr. Stone out of it and we went to a Vinland Saga versus Astra fight, you said Astra.
Yeah.
So
yes,
I
precisely.
think that was the deciding factor for me.
Yeah.
So there we go. I really
Astra lost in space.
I really did not expect it to win. I thought it was going to be doing a Gundam the Origin situation. But the winner and the Anime Amigos anime of the season for summer is Astra Lost in Space.
Woo!
Everybody, clap your hands.
I don't know.
I think considering the season, I was just say this: Laton.
Laton.
I don't know what this means.
It's from Fire Force.
Oh, okay.
Laton. It's sort of like the prayer they do.
Yeah.
Laton.
Right,
Laton.
okay.
So let's talk about the potential wildcards we have now. We've got Promised Neverland. We've got potentially Dororo. We've got potentially Rising of the Shield Hero.
Gundam the Origin.
Gun the Origin almost certainly.
I think the main two for me at the minute are Dr. Stone and Promised Neverland.
Mine's probably going to be Vinland Saga at this point.
At the minute, I'm sort of choosing between Dr. Stone, Promised Neverland, Fruits Basket, and Carol and Tuesday. Maybe Rising of the Shield Hero. I would be really upset if Rising of the Shield Hero didn't get nominated.
I'm gonna guess yours is Rising of the Shield Hero.
No, mine's Gundam the Origin.
Okay.
The minute it's probably going to be good in the Origin.
Well, if it wasn't Gundam the Origin, it'd definitely be Shield Hero.
Okay, this will be interesting. I mean, I'm so glad I didn't discount it.
I think if I'd had more forethought, I would have worn my I'm on a Marth t-shirt actually, and I think that maybe I could have influenced you to pick more Viking-related things. But
Nah, I don't think that would have worked.
So let's talk, before we go. Let's talk about what we're excited about in fall.
I mean, I'm wearing an anime. I'm wearing a t-shirt that says anime on it, and you're not picking my anime.
yeah, true.
Let's.
So yeah, I haven't actually looked at any of the shows that are going to be coming out in fall
Well,
season.
let's talk about the sequels for a start.
Yep.
We got My Hero Academia season 4.
Yes.
Which we're all excited for. We're all big My Hero fans.
We got Sword Online Alicization Part 2.
Which I'll be honest, I really do not care about.
Food Wars season 4.
I'm super excited for that.
I still haven't seen any Food Wars, and it's always recommended.
Shame.
I do highly recommend it. We have a new Fate coming out, Fate Grand Order.
God, there's so many
Well,
sequels.
episode 0 is already out.
Yeah.
What about and then Psychopath season 3? I'm very excited for that.
I haven't seen any of Psychopaths. I'm gonna
Psychopaths
watch
is
it.
really good.
More Seven Deadly Sins.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
But
7
that's
episodes.
going to be held back by Netflix,
Wait.
so that's not a factor
We
for us.
have more We Never Learn,
Yeah.
which I don't think anybody cares about.
I liked it.
I didn't.
I'll tell you one that, again, no one's going to be held back by Netflix, High Score Girl 2.
Oh, we're also getting the Blu-ray and DVD release of Rascal Does Not Dream of Magical Senpai.
Yeah, that's going to be cool. We got Grand Blue Fantasy.
We have
season 2.
Chihaya Furu season 3, which I don't think any of us have seen.
One for me and Reese, though, Radiant season 2.
Yes.
I'm looking forward to that.
One that me and Ren really went for, Kono Oto Tamare gets a second season.
Yes. Yeah.
Fairy Gone gets its second
One
season.
I'm really excited for. Grand Blue Fantasy is getting the second season.
Yeah, just mention that one. That's
Oh yeah, we're also getting the release of Violet Evergarden.
Madhouse is coming out with a new
I
original.
think
called
wasn't
No
that
Guns Life.
postponed?
Yeah,
No
but
Gun No Life looks pretty good.
Hamlet's
No
back on
Guns
now.
Life.
So we got so we gone through all the sequels. Well, all the sequels. Which one are you guys most excited for?
Oh, was it Mob Psycho OVA?
That's just come out. Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, it's a tie between Food Wars and My Hero Academia.
Yeah, those two are in my top lot of anime. I'm so excited.
But
for
those
them.
are in my top 10 anime. I'm so excited.
But you've also got Psychopaths, which is a great one.
Did we mention we have a new Some Deadly Sins?
Yeah, we did, but that's gonna be held back by Netflix. So
Yeah,
it's not really
fuck you,
a factor.
Netflix.
Yeah, My Hero Academia is my biggest look forward.
And it's unfortunately not simuldubbing this time. They're only going to simuldub 2 weeks after rather than the
Which
the-
means I
Yes,
don't have
yes.
to watch the dub with Cal. I can watch it in sub like it's meant to be
Oh,
watched.
yeah,
I'm
also
gonna be
something else coming out. The Azure Lane, based on the mobile game, of Battleship Waifus.
Oh yeah.
Shall I tell you one that let's go to originals now
Okay.
for a second. One that I'm curious about. I'm not sure. You mentioned No Gun No Life, which is Madhouse.
No Guns Life, rather.
No Guns Life looks pretty good. What about this one? It's called Beastars. It looks kind of like Zootopia.
Furries.
But
Furries.
the thing that's
Furry agenda.
let me tell you the thing that does it that's interesting me about it is the fact that it's been done by Studio Orange, who did that fantastic anime. The one that was the one that was a big Steven Universe one, the rip off. Land of the Lustrous.
Yes, yeah.
They did Land of the Lustrous, and that was a really good show. So I'm looking forward to see what they do again.
Hang on. This is called Hatage Kimono Michi, and this is about a wrestler going to an isekai.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that.
Wait, he's always been.
This is the image.
Yes.
Wait, I'd like to go on about Beastar. Throughout most of his life, he's always been an object of fear and hatred by other animals. Wolf Among Us, anyone?
Oh yeah. Let's talk about.
Oh yeah, I'm also getting the sequel to Gundam Build Divers.
So in the
Which will be a web exclusive.
in the description to this is outraged that he was asked to kill monsters in this alternate universe. Genzo German suplexes the princess.
Yes.
Can I just say, there is an isekai I'm actually
that sounds
genuinely
hilarious,
excited.
actually.
There is an isekai I'm genuinely excited for that's going to Crunchyroll, which I mentioned it briefly when we talked about when we talked in spring. It's that one Honzuki no Genjo. It's been translated now to Adolescence of a Bookworm. It's not one. It's not one written by Maria Koda. It's a young girl who's the protagonist this time. So it's just a big break for isekai. Hashtag female isekai. Hashtag feminism.
Oh yeah, one show I was talking about. Africa, no salary man.
What?
Yeah, that
Their
looks
comedy
really
follows a lion, a toucan, and a lizard as they live as office workers in the capitalist society of Japan.
I wonder where they got that idea from.
No.
Phantasy Star.
Phantasy Star. I did not like the first season of Phantasy Star.
I haven't seen it.
It's how many Sega product placements can you spot?
Yeah.
Here's what.
How many Sonics can you find?
There's a 2.
7.
There's a Sonic Hedge maze in the first minute.
Production IG's collaborating with Nihon Ad Systems for
That
Ichiban?
Yeah, no, that looks genuinely interesting. There's a lot of genuinely interesting shows coming.
It's like a kendo show.
I'll tell you one that I like, Hoshino Sora, which is translates to I think it's like Second Chance. It's going to be on Funimation. It looks like a genuinely good tennis anime. There's also Hideout and as they got Iron
Mugen no Junin, Immortal. I don't know what this is. This looks like a sort of samurai show.
Yeah, it's another samurai show coming.
Interesting. Violent films.
Kabuki Sherlock.
Yeah, that could look. I really would like a good Sherlock anime.
Considering the one we got
Home
summer,
to Kyoto.
summer last year was it?
Oh god, that was
awful.
That was pretty bad.
That was bad.
Yeah, I was the one who stuck with that the longest as well. And Jesus, it was like watching wallpaper dry.
I mean, come on, what do you expect? You watched 8 episodes of Master of Ragnarok. I couldn't even stomach one.
Yeah.
What about Assassin's Pride? Looks like it could go either way.
I feel it sounds kind of generic, but it seems like something you could. Also, anyone else think that the girl looks a bit like Asuna?
Yeah, I must be honest. When I first saw the poster for it, I thought, "Is this a poster for Sword Art Online?" That's what I thought. I find this so. Azra's Lane. I mean, you mentioned that one already. Yeah. A lot of genuinely good stuff. Do you know what I think? We've all gone on about the sequels are going to outshine, and we're going to pick a sequel for anime this season, next season. I reckon we're going to find an original that we really like, and we're going to pick that one.
Let's face it, it's going to be the wrestling one.
It's probably going to be that.
Yeah, but except, dude, it's against My Hero Academia, Food Wars, and A New Fate and Psychopaths.
Can I say I'm probably not going to campaign for My Hero Academia to win it, because it was nominated for anime. The third season was already nominated for anime.
I say we should nominate it if it deserves it. If it's as good as the other seasons.
Because then we also nominated the second as well as the third.
We kind of said the second one was in reality what we would have picked if we could have. So again, we've kind of gone very balls to the wall. If it's exceptional, I will definitely say yes. We'll put it forward.
I'll vote for it if it's really good.
It actually needs to earn it. But I think it will be harder considering it's had such a good run.
Yeah. At the same time, though, with the others, I feel like it has earned it.
Yeah.
It's. I think Fall. What I like is about Fall. Everyone's going on about the sequels, but I think there's going to be some great originals in there as well.
Oh yeah, undoubtedly. We've got so much to contend with, like so many sequels to watch, so many holdovers.
Like Isekai.
I think that's actually ended this season. I think doesn't Milsekai.
He called it. Milsekai.
Hey.
We did it, everyone.
Doesn't it end this season?
I don't think so. Because I think it's got more of a manga to cover.
Okay. Well, as I say,
Milsekai Season 2!
Yes.
Give us that! Milsekai!
How do you feel like the holdovers like the Vinland Saga and Dr. Stone
Milsekai.
and Fire Force are going to contend with all these shows coming out?
I'm excited to see where Dr. Stone goes at the very least.
I think Dr. Stone will do good job, especially with its 12-episode head start.
Is Astra finishing? Or is
Astra's finished.
And concluded its story. We're not getting any more of it.
Oh, right.
Yeah, seriously, I do recommend watching it.
Well, you're going to have to now, because it's one of our 3 nominees.
There we go.
Yeah.
I will say the other thing let's go to Alice of the Bookworm out of all the originals is the one I'm the most excited to see. Out of all the sequels, it's a really close call between Food Wars, My Hero Academia, and Psychopath, because Psychopath could go either way, because Psychopath Season 2 is quite bad.
I feel it's the same with Fate Grand Order, because it's Fate, so it's probably going to be good. Really good, but at the same time, like some of the other Fate spin-offs we've gotten haven't been great.
Well, we've also already had a Fate Grand Order film that came out.
Was that any good?
Yeah, it was alright.
Let's see how they do with Is this going to be a sequel to the film, or is it its own thing?
It looks like it's its own thing.
Yeah,
do you know what? I'm going to let you watch the first episode, then tell me
Yeah.
which one
Yeah,
it is.
I'm going to see the first episode as well, so.
Because I want to
We
know.
can
if I
both
wanna,
tell you.
Yeah.
Because I want to know, should I watch the film first, or should I just go straight to the series?
Basically, Fate Grand Order is basically Back to the Future of the Fate series.
Ding,
That's
ding,
awesome.
ding, 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 ding. The power of fate is a curious thing.
It's also a confusing thing.
Let's talk. What would you guys say? Sequel and original wise, what are you most excited for?
Next season, obviously, is going to be sequels. I'm most excited
Yeah.
for.
No, but I'm
I
saying
feel.
which sequel and which original are you looking forward to?
1 sec. With the originals, I don't know. Probably Assassin's Pride.
Yeah, I'd say I think you guys are going to love Assassin.
It feels like it could be very, very interesting.
think
As for sequel, I'm probably most excited for obviously Food Wars, My Hero Academia, but I'm also most excited for Fate Grand Order.
Yeah.
What about you, Reese?
Yeah, Fate Grand Order, I look forward to it as well as Food Wars.
Any originals you kind of think that looks like it might be up my alley?
Well, there was a Black Fox one.
Oh, that's alright. Yeah. What about you, Ren?
Well, sequels, My Hero Academia, and like cautiously about Seven Deadly Sins. But obviously, we're not going to get that for a while. And original, I think the wrestling one just sounds funny. So
As I say, for me, it's those three sequels, and it's Adolescence of a Bookworm. I think could be really good. Mario Coda's writing it again, and I think she does an excellent job. Though that means expect the melodrama.
I feel like with Isekai, what we've got now is like we've reached the point where they're stopped trying to make like interesting, compelling Isekai things, and they're now just taking the piss. Like they're seeing what they can just get away with.
Whereas
Isekai
this one genuinely feels like it's trying to be compelling. I think it's going to be a real contender for best Isekai with Rising of the Shield Hero.
Wait, sorry, which one is this? Sorry.
Adolescence of a Bookworm.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. It is kind of going to a stage of what can we get away with now.
But in like a kind of, I don't know, like a comedic way, because it's almost like it's like a meta isekai.
Yeah, it's sort of like we know it's stupid, so we're gonna go all out with
Right,
it.
so let's just have like some random guy fight everything, but I don't know, yeah.
Yeah, and let's have a really funny NPC whose main purpose is to explain everything and to fucking die.
Yeah.
Like literally at one point, they bring her back to life while she's impaled by a branch, and she just goes, "Thank you for reviving me, but I was half hoping that you take the branch out of me." But
she just dies again.
That's hilarious.
Okay.
Yeah, but Milsekai, it's so funny.
Seriously, Calvin, I do actually recommend it.
Yeah,
it's really funny.
It's really good. And it's got less fan service than Fire Force.
Weirdly enough.
Yeah.
But again,
Even though in episode 2, even though the slimes do shred up under Mum's clothing, or melt them.
Let's talk about what's coming up for us next month.
Yeah.
So next month we're going to be talking about horror anime.
Yeah, I think mostly in inspiration by a list by a website called Manga Thrill, which depicted the top 10 horror manga of all time, and it was fucking shit.
And we're not talking about horrifying anime in that they're terrible. We're talking actual horror anime.
Yeah,
which
like
would
seriously.
be King's Game.
Yeah.
Hey, King's Game joke.
He beat you to it.
Oh god! Oh god! What's happened?
For anyone listening, Cal's dancing and gyrating.
He's currently humping Ren's head.
Yeah. Well,
They can see the cameras there.
They can't in the podcast.
And they can't if they're blind. Stop being so insensitive.
Yeah, Cal, homophobic.
You fucking
no,
twat.
Ableist.
Bloody hell.
I hate you all.
Yeah, but like seriously,
Let's move-
here's a hint as to how bad this list was. They had things like Tokyo Ghoul, Parasite, Boogie Pop,
Yeah.
fucking Boogie Pop. Meanwhile, they didn't have things like Future Diary, Higurashi, Another, Corpse Party, Gantz,
Hellsing.
Elfin Lead.
Hellsing.
Hellsing wasn't it? It was number 5.
Oh, they did the original, not Ultimate.
So
Yeah, they didn't specify which one.
So next month, I'm going to send these guys off, and I'm going to go off as well. We're all going to find a horror anime that we really like. Not necessarily our favourite horror anime, but just a horror or supernatural anime.
Can you include psychological thriller?
Yes, I said that.
Yeah.
Okay, but mine's quite long.
I'll say you don't have
That's
to
what
watch.
she said.
You don't have to watch
Wait,
it.
no, that's why would she say
You
that?
don't have to watch it. You just have to say.
Futanari.
Yeah, true.
Remember, we don't have to watch these. We just
Yeah,
have to
yeah.
say This is one that we've
Oh
watched in the
no,
past.
I'm guaranteed Halloween's coming up. I'm gonna be watching it.
We're gonna watch. We're just gonna go away. We're gonna pick something that we really like from this subgenre, and we're gonna say this is why we think you should watch it.
You know why I'm excited for next week? I get an excuse to make so many King's Game jokes.
I'm so sorry in advance, everyone.
I am not apologising. I'm not apologising for it. I'm going to be talking about King's Game, especially considering it turns 2 years old next season.
I hate you.
I know. I love you too.
Okay, let's go home.
Yeah.
Goodbye, everyone.
Aye, yeah.
See you
Goodbye.
later, everyone. Goodbye.